Chapter 623. Logically speaking, with his strength, he should be able to easily change the 3 dice into any number he wanted. This was the unspoken rule of the casino. As long as the dealer wanted to win, they had many ways. The dealer was the dealer, and the casino's strongest expert was the dealer. But why was he unable to change the dice into the number he wanted? It was simple. How could his divine sense compare to Ling Long Shue's? Ling Long Shue could casually envelop him with her divine sense, and he was unable to do anything. Wait. And Ming Ho hurriedly said as the dice were about to be opened. If he lost this round, he would lose more than 1.5 billion. That was half a year's profit for the entire casino. His company didn't rely on the casino to make a profit, but he couldn't lose this round, right? Oh, is something the matter, young master? Lin Xian asked teasingly. Lin Xian obviously knew that Ming Ho was aware that they were also manipulating the dice, so they had to compete to see who was better. With so many people watching, he couldn't act shamelessly unless the casino didn't want to continue operating. Open it quickly, someone said impatiently. And Ming Ho coughed dryly and said, "This young master needs to pee, so I'll go to the toilet first. After that I'll open it. Then I'll drink a glass of red wine and wait for young master N," Lin Xian said confidently. With Ling Long Shui around, Lin Xian didn't have to worry about anything. Previously, winning or losing didn't matter as it depended on the other party. But now Lin Xian and company had a chance to make a comeback. Unless what? Unless they could produce an existence stronger than Ling Long Shui. But what would it take to be stronger than Ling Long Shui? Heavenly Dao Realm. That's right, it was the Heavenly Dao Realm. However, it was impossible for them to produce a Heavenly Dao Realm expert. And Ming Ho knew that the other party didn't know if the man or the beauty was manipulating the dice, but he knew that he couldn't beat them, so he had to invite an expert. Lin Xian sat at the side with his legs crossed, eating desserts and drinking red wine leisurely. Ling Longyue was still hiding at the side, not wanting them to see her. Lin Xian knew, but Ling Long Shui didn't. She also didn't like to look around, so she just sat there quietly. And Ming Ho naturally didn't go to the toilet. He returned after making a phone call, but before he returned, an old man wearing relatively ordinary clothes silently walked into the crowd to watch. His appearance didn't attract anyone's attention, of course, other than Lin Xian and Ling Long Shui. Both of them were well aware of why Ming Ho had disappeared. Unfortunately, they didn't panic. And Ming Ho walked over while wiping his hands. "Sorry to keep you waiting." And Ming Ho's expression relaxed because he was no longer panicking. He went to the casino and he was also an expert from the clan. He was a domain realm existence. He was one of the most powerful Grand Dominion realm cultivators on the continent. How could a Grand Dominion realm cultivator lose to 2 young men who looked to be in their 20s? Of course he could win. "Can we open it now?" Lin Xian asked with a smile. And Ming Ho casually glanced at the expert from the clan, but he saw that the old man's brows were tightly furrowed. What was going on? The first thing that the old man did was to change the number in the sieve to big, but he realized that he couldn't do it. How was this possible? He shook his head slightly at Ming Ho. And Ming Ho also understood what he meant, and the indifferent expression on his face turned ashen once again. Even a Grand Dominion realm expert couldn't do it. How was this possible? And Ming Ho gritted his teeth and didn't answer. At this moment he realized something. He had fallen into a trap. From the beginning to the end, he had always thought that he was tricking them, but now he realized that wasn't the case. He had fallen into their trap step by step. *CK. What could he do? Stop gambling. That's impossible, there are so many people around. Lin Xian saw that Ming Ho was conflicted, and the corner of his mouth curled up. Then he looked at the beautiful dealer and said, "Open it." The beautiful dealer looked at Ming Ho. She didn't dare to open it without his order. "Open it. What are you waiting for? Open it and see the result. You haven't opened it yet. What are you hesitating for? Are you a sore loser?" The surrounding people all agreed. It's fine if you go to the toilet, but why aren't you opening it? What are you doing? And Ming-ho nodded with a dark expression. There was still a way. If he lost, he lost. But he could send out experts to stop them. He might be alive to win the money, but would he be alive to take it away? To be honest, no one believed that there was an expert surpassing the Grand Dominion realm here. But why was the Grand Dominion realm's divine sense weaker than the other parties? There were many ways to change the number in the sieve, and it didn't necessarily mean that the strong could do whatever they wanted. Could there be other ways? In any case, and Ming-ho saw the age of these experts. These experts, Grand Dominion realm, Heavenly Venerable realm, and geniuses were all middle-aged. But there weren't any, so he didn't panic. There was still a backup plan. Then the beautiful dealer opened the sieve. Everyone's eyes were fixed on the sieve. 123 small. Seeing the result, the crowd actually cheered for some reason. And Ming-ho and the others' expressions were extremely ugly. Lin Xian directly put away all the chips. Young master, and you've lost one. 5 billion, that's more than that. Do you still want to play? Lin Xian asked with a smile. It was heart-wrenching. Not to mention 5 billion, even 10 million was not a small number. From the beginning to the end. And Ming-ho felt that he was a fool. He had set a trap from the second floor and deliberately lost money to lure them to the third floor. Then lost again. He thought that everything was going according to plan, but he didn't expect that the other party would beat him at his own game and make him lose 5 billion. Damn it. I'm not playing anymore. And Ming-ho snorted coldly and walked away angrily. How could he play at this time? To him, this man had to be killed. This woman could only be snatched away by force and then snatched back the money. Naturally, he couldn't do it in the casino, but he could do it outside. As long as they walked out of the casino, his men would follow and snatch the money back. Ling Longshui stood up and looked at Lin Xian. Her meaning was clear. Lin Xian couldn't help but laugh. Okay. You won, I'll give it to you. Lin Xian smiled and gave all the chips to Ling Longshui. Ling Longshui thought for a moment, then gave half of it to Lin Xian and said, "You're part of the reason too. I'll give you half." Half of it was 7 or 8 billion. She didn't care about the amount of money anyway, so Lin Xian didn't hold back. Do you still want to play? If not, let's go. Lin Xian said to Ling Longshui. Ling Longshui was almost done playing. She nodded and walked out with Lin Xian. Ling Longyue hurriedly dodged and pulled Bing Lingyue along as they followed behind. Where do we play next? Ling Longshui asked expectantly. Chapter 624. Previously she rejected it. But after coming out with Lin Xian, she realized that it was quite interesting. She could even win money. Lin Xian asked, "What do you want to play?" Ling Longshui shook her head. "Then let's go watch a movie." Ling Longshui frowned. "Watch a movie? What's so fun about watching a movie?" Ling Longshui didn't understand. She had watched a movie before. She had watched it a few times. The first 2 times were quite interesting. But now, she didn't feel that watching a movie was particularly fun. She preferred those things that she had never played before. Of course, there was nothing fun about watching a movie. But that kind of environment was suitable for Lin Xian to use his hands. Lin Xian and Ling Longshui came out for a date. Of course, he had to make her happy. But Lin Xian didn't forget his main goal. To win Ling Longshui's heart. Lin Xian obviously didn't think that watching a movie would win him over. But bringing her to watch a romantic movie, a touching movie, would help stimulate Ling Longshui's female hormones. As the two of them walked out of the casino, Lin Xian said to Ling Longshui, "There seems to be a very popular teen drama released recently. Previously, it was the first teen drama that grossed over 2 billion at the box office. This is the second one. I think you will like it." Ling Longshui came out with Lin Xian tonight anyway. She naturally listened to Lin Xian. Since it was Lin Xian's suggestion, she felt that it shouldn't be a problem. At this moment, Ling Longyu and Bing Lingyue were following them from afar. Sister Bing, why do you think Lin Xian can hug my sister's waist? Ling Longyu was still thinking about it. She was especially unhappy. They must be acting. Look, they haven't even held hands yet, have they? Bing Lingyue smiled. Oh. But my sister has never been touched by any man before. Even touching her hand is impossible. Ling Longyu bit her lips. Why? Are you jealous? How is this possible? Why would I be jealous? I'm just worried that bad guy will take advantage of you. Ling Longyu quickly stuttered. Bing Lingyue could see the situation more clearly than the two of them. As the saying goes, the onlooker sees the game more clearly than the onlooker. This saying was very reasonable. Then you don't like it at all? Bing Lingyue smiled and asked. Me? Like Lin Xian? How is that possible? Ling Longyu quickly shook her head and avoided his gaze. Like, she didn't like it. She did not know. Perhaps she did not understand the feeling of liking someone. However, favorability could explain a lot of things. If the favorability was close to 50, it meant that he liked her, but it hadn't reached the level of love. If you like her, you don't have to worry about anything. Just say it out loud. Even if you don't like her or hate her, you can say it out loud. Do you have any scruples? Ling Longyu shook her head. No. Suddenly, she thought of something and hurriedly said, I didn't like him in the first place, so I don't have to worry about anything. I won't like that big bad guy. You're so bad. Whoever likes him is an idiot. Bing Lingyue was speechless. This girl was still arrogant. Someone is following us. Bing Lingyue frowned and turned her head. A few figures happened to pass by. Are they looking for us? Ling Longyu blinked her big eyes and asked. They should be looking for Lin Xian. Although I don't know much, they won so much money from them. How could they let them go so easily? Isn't that courting death? Ling Longyu said. Bing Lingyue smiled. They are courting death, but they don't know it. At this moment, Lin Xian and Ling Longshui were walking on the road. At this time there were quite a lot of people. Hence, the people who followed them were looking at them from afar, waiting for an opportunity. Although Ling Longshui did not release her divine sense, she faintly felt that something was wrong. This was the intuition of a top expert. Then, she tried to release her divine sense and found Ling Longyu and the others. At the same time, she also found the people who followed them from the casino. Someone is following us, Ling Longshui said lightly. Lin Xian smiled and said, Of course I don't need you to tell me. How do you know? Ling Longshui was slightly surprised and asked. Was his divine sense stronger than hers? It was impossible. You don't understand. Let me explain to you some things about our human world. Then Lin Xian said with an unfathomable look. For example, when we win in the casino, it doesn't matter if we win a little. It doesn't matter if we win from others. However, the people we win from are from the casino. In other words, we won from the casino. In this case, how could they let us take the money away so easily? Moreover, it's such a large sum of money. They definitely can't do anything in the casino. Because once others know, it means that no one will go to the casino. So, without thinking, they will definitely send someone to kill me and take the money away. Then why didn't they kill me? Lin Xian smiled and said, Are you stupid? Why do you think they deliberately lost money to me in the beginning? It was to lure us to the third floor to lose more money. Their goal was not to earn money from me, but for you, my beautiful wife. Ling Longshui frowned and whispered, In a place with many people, I can indulge you. But in a place with no one, if you say it again, I will kill you. Lin Xian shrugged his shoulders. She was fierce, but he was not afraid. Because the current Ling Longshui could not kill him. At the same time, she was smart enough not to ask anymore. Because she had almost guessed everything. Ling Yu and Yu Er are following behind. Ling Longshui then said faintly, Really? What are they doing here? Then let's get rid of them. We can't let them disturb our date. Lin Xian pretended not to know. To you. Let's go. The people behind us are waiting for us to go to a secluded place. Then let's do as they wish. Then, the two of them went to a secluded road, surrounded by green belts. However, there were very few people in this place, and there were also very few houses. It was a newly built urban area. Some people bought houses here, but they didn't live here because it was too secluded. Only some cars would pass by, but the greenery was really done well. The two of them bought a little bit of food on the way and sat on the lawn, looking very sweet. In the distance, Bing Lingyue was very helpless. Ling Longyu had dragged her all the way here, and then she looked at them from afar. Sister Bing, do you think they will kiss in such a secluded place? Bing Lingyue was speechless. What was this girl thinking in her head? They are waiting for someone. Chapter 625. Bing Lingyue knew that since they were waiting for someone, the two of them must have been discovered by Ling Longshui. However, she did not tell Ling Longshui. Since Ling Longshui and the others did not expose her, she would let the girl continue to think that she was secretly following them. In any case, she quite liked it this way. Moreover, if she was exposed, she would probably be embarrassed. Anyway, Bing Lingyue followed the girl here. She felt something else. It seemed quite interesting. At this moment, An Mingho led a group of 5 people and followed Lin Xian to this side. Among the 5 people, one was the old man just now, and the other 4 were the In family's law realm experts. To be honest, for a city like this to be able to produce a domain realm expert and a few law realm experts, it was really something. Young master, these two might not be simple. My divine sense power did not change the sieve in the sieve cylinder at that time. This means that one of them has a stronger divine sense than me. I think we should discuss it another day. The old man looked at An Mingho worriedly. Uncle Fu, how old do you think they are? An Mingho looked at him and asked. They should be around 25 years old, said Uncle Fu. Then, do you think that 25 years old people can reach a realm stronger than 10 stars of your domain realm? Uncle Fu fell into deep thought. Logically speaking, it's impossible because that's the heavenly venerate realm. Even if they don't farm by themselves, they would need a lot of manpower and resources to catch demonic beasts for them to level up. Before the heavenly venerate realm, no, before the domain realm, this is quite easy to achieve. However, after reaching the domain realm, it's almost impossible to achieve this through this method, said Uncle Fu. Isn't that right? They can't be at that realm. Then what are we afraid of? Moreover, changing the sieve cylinder's sieve points can not only be done by using mental power. There are other aspects. What if they are just using other aspects and Uncle Fu happens to be weaker than you? This is very likely. We have a domain realm expert and 4 law realm experts. Are we afraid of 2 people in their 20s? To be honest, normal people would think this way. But some families in Tiandu have people who can reach the domain realm and even the law realm before the age of 30. Do you think they are from Tiandu? And Mingho smiled disdainfully. Although I don't know the full name of that surnamed Lin, is there a Lin family among the 8 great families of Tiandu? Moreover, he looked like a country bumpkin. His clothes were all branded and worthless. He also said that his family only had a few 100 million. Later on, the 500 million he borrowed was from a phone loan. I saw all of this with my own eyes. So why is he from Tiandu? After hearing An Mingho's words, they really didn't have any worries. An Mingho looked into the distance and saw the two of them sitting together sweetly. Viciousness flickered in his eyes. Young master, what do you think we should do? Someone asked. It's simple. Kill the man and take the money. As for the woman, don't hurt a single hair on her head. I won't allow anything to happen to her. Bring her back for me. I want to train her personally and turn her into a cheap plaything. And Mingho couldn't help but smile, as if he could already see the blissful life ahead of him. Are you sure you want to kill him? What's the point of keeping them alive if you don't kill them? Keep him alive for him to tell the trial union. Just kill him. I can guarantee that this woman will become mine in the future. I won't say a word. And Mingho sneered. But why do I feel that this man looks a little familiar? I feel like I've seen him somewhere before. Why are you wasting your breath? Just do it. The few of them looked at each other and nodded. After hearing An Mingho's words, they no longer panicked. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. One by one, figures rushed toward Lin Xian and the others at an extremely fast speed. After all, the lowest realm among them was in the lower realm. In an instant, Lin Xian and Ling Longshui were surrounded. And Mingho was also an extremely cautious person. No matter how confident he was, he didn't show himself. "Oh, old man, it's you. We met at the casino." When Lin Xian saw the old man, his lips curled into a smile. The five of them furrowed their brows. They had come aggressively. Was this kid a fool? Was he still talking and laughing here? The more he was like this, the more panicked they became. Needless to say, Lin Xian had to thank them. Why? Because it gave him a reason to sit here alone with Ling Longshui and admire the beautiful scenery of the starry sky. This kind of opportunity was hard to come by. Ling Longshui was curious. Since they were sure that they had followed them here, why did they wait for them to make a move? Wouldn't it be better to take the initiative and chase them away? They wouldn't waste time. Lin Xian wanted to be alone with Ling Longshui in this kind of environment. To be honest, this kind of environment was really very quiet. It was very easy to stimulate a girl's hormones. Although Lin Xian didn't know if it was useful to Ling Longshui, he quite liked it. Therefore, he found an excuse to let Ling Longshui sit here with him to seduce her. "Since you've recognized us, you should have guessed what we're here for." Uncle Fu snorted coldly. "Course. Because I've won too much money from your men Io casino. You're here to kill me and take the money back, right? You know what you're doing. Why aren't you panicking?" Uncle Fu suddenly felt that something was wrong. Why wasn't he panicking? Lin Xian said, "I'm panicking. I'm panicking to death because I know that I won't be able to escape even if I run. So I might as well wait for you guys. Maybe you guys will spare my life if you see that I'm sensible. Give me the money." Uncle Fu stretched out his hand. Lin Xian said, "I can give the money to your Manio casino, but you have to promise not to kill me." Lin Xian then stood up and took out a card from his pocket. Just as he was about to take the card, Lin Xian directly slapped Uncle Fu's face. "Old fart, you still want money? I'm just messing with you. Haha, this slap is really strong. You're courting death." Uncle Fu felt that something was amiss. He didn't expect that this kid would dare to slap him. A terrifying aura erupted from his body. "Originally, I could have spared your life. But since you don't want to live, then don't blame this old man. Go die." Terrifying flames surged towards Lin Xian. However, the oncoming flames were all blocked by a force, and they were all shocked. Ling Longshui, who was sitting on the ground, also stood up. "We could have won if we took the initiative. Why did we have to waste time here?" Ling Longshui said indifferently. She was somewhat dissatisfied with Lin Xian. Chapter 626. Lin Xian shrugged and said, "Isn't it to earn more money for you? Don't you want more money?" After Ling Longshui finished speaking, her aura exploded slightly. Then the five figures flew out at the same time and fell to the ground, spitting out blood. Lin Xian didn't want these people to die because it would be very troublesome, very troublesome. Lin Xian didn't want them to die because it would be very troublesome. Although they might even bring a lot of trouble if they were alive. And if they died, Lin Xian could still kill them and gain a lot of experience. Lin Xian really didn't think it was necessary. The four law boundary experts on the ground immediately fainted. As for the domain boundary expert, Fu Ba, who was still conscious, he was flabbergasted. He guessed right. Out of these two, one of them was really stronger than him. And it was an existence that could crush him. In the distance, An Mingho was originally thinking that victory was in his hands. Suddenly, he saw the scene in the distance and was completely stunned. What the hell? Why did all his people, all his experts, fly out? Of course he wasn't an idiot. When he saw this scene, although he felt that it was inconceivable, He also thought of something. What the F asterisk CK? Young master, and stop hiding. Come out. A teasing voice suddenly came from that place. And Mingho's entire body trembled. Had they discovered him a long time ago? No, maybe they were just tricking him. However, just as Mingho was still thinking, he suddenly realized that his figure had disappeared. Then he saw Lin Xian standing in front of him. He had mysteriously appeared in front of them. Yo, young master, and you don't look so good. Lin Xian's lips curled up as he looked at Mingho with a smile. And Mingho's gaze swept over the people on the ground. He clearly saw the blood at the corner of Uncle Fu's mouth. Uncle Fu, who was at the peak of the domain realm, was injured. He revealed a shocked expression. Young Master Lin, what do you mean by this? And Mingho stared at Lin Xian with an ugly expression. What do I mean? Should be young masterin. What do you mean by this? I won the money, but you don't want me to leave alive, right? There's no such thing. And Mingho said stubbornly. Lin Xian took out his phone. I've recorded everything I said to you, the old man from the casino. Do you want me to play it for you? And Mingho's face instantly paled. I also know that this is some of the unspoken rules of the casinos opened by big families like yours. It's not a strange thing. Can understand. Lin Xian slowly walked forward and stepped on Uncle Fu's body. In your eyes, I'm using violence to curb violence, so don't I have to do the same to you? But this person is old, and I don't have the nerve to make a move against him. Lin Xian released Uncle Fu and walked towards Mingho. With a backhand, he slapped Mingho to the ground. Two of his teeth flew out and he spat out a mouthful of blood. Before he could react, Lin Xian stepped on his arm. Don't move, I might break your arm if I use too much force. Lin Xian's lips curled into a bloodthirsty smile. Although Uncle Fu was in the domain realm, he didn't dare act rashly because he knew that the beautiful woman beside him was someone who could kill them all with a wave of her hand. If he didn't make a move, he might live, but if he did, he would definitely die. What on earth do you want? And Mingho glared at Lin Xian. Crack! Lin Xian exerted force without hesitation. With a shattering sound, and Mingho screamed like a pig being slaughtered. His arm had been broken by Lin Xian. Young Masterin, oh young Masterin, I realize that you don't seem to understand your situation very well. You don't seem to have much respect for me. Even at a time like this, you're still looking at me with anger. Shouldn't you be looking at me with pleading and pity? Yes, 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 that's the look in your eyes right now. Lin Xian's lips curled. At this moment in his eyes, this Lin Xian was like a demon. Lin Xian released his foot. And Mingho breathed a sigh of relief. Then, his pupils constricted again because Lin Xian's foot stepped on his ankle again. He trembled all over and didn't dare to move. It was a completely involuntary reaction. What are you doing? What do you think I can do to a group of people who want to kill me? Lin Xian smiled. I didn't want to kill you. And Mingho tried to defend himself in fear. Is that so? Alright, I believe you. Tell me, if I spread this recording, your men, AO Casino shouldn't be able to operate, right? The losses should be more than a few billion, right? No, your casino's annual turnover is a few billion. If it can't operate, the losses will be incalculable. What on earth do you want? Lin Xian smiled and said, It's very simple. Didn't you want to take the money from me? Then spit it out now. 10 billion shouldn't be difficult for you, right? 10 billion. Wishful thinking. Ah. Just as he finished speaking, his ankle was broken by Lin Xian again. Another scream was heard. Ling Long Shui looked at it calmly. I'll give you 3 more seconds to consider. 10 billion. After 3 seconds, tell me if you've made up your mind. If you don't, then you can disappear from the face of the earth. Lin Xian smiled devilishly. 10 billion. That's too much. And Mingho's face was covered in sweat. The pain caused his sweat to soak through his clothes in an instant. Crack! Just as he finished speaking, Lin Xian broke his other ankle without hesitation. He was crippled, but with the current technology and treatment methods, as long as he was treated in time, he could recover. Of course, he couldn't return to normal, but no one would be able to tell that he was crippled. However, if it dragged on for too long, he would be completely crippled. He knew that. I'll give. And Mingho couldn't take it anymore. Tears flowed down his cheeks as he gasped and said in horror. Uncle Fu didn't dare to make a sound. He was afraid of the consequences if he made a sound. 10 billion was a lot, but for an existence like in Mingho, it was still considered acceptable. After all, the casino's annual profit was a few billion. Without adding in other things, 10 billion wasn't too much of a problem. With trembling hands, he used Lin Xian's hand, which was not crippled, to transfer 10 billion to Lin Xian. Lin Xian saw that the money had been transferred and released his foot in satisfaction. If you had done this earlier, you wouldn't have had to suffer so much. Lin Xian smiled, then said, Hurry up and get treatment. Maybe there's still hope. Then he and Linglong Shui left. I want you dead. I want you dead. And Mingho's eyes were bloodshot and vicious. He couldn't win, but that didn't mean that he didn't know heavenly venerables. Chapter 627. At this moment, Lin Xian was humming happily. It's so easy to earn money. Lin Xian smiled at Linglong Shui and transferred half of the money to her. They had a few billion now. They wouldn't spend it all so quickly, right? Probably not. It's okay. Linglong Shui said calmly. Actually, there are many ways to earn money. But do you know what's the most profitable way? Lin Xian asked with a smile. What? It's written in Sky Blue Planet's laws. I've told you how to get rich. If you need money in the future, you can look it up. Linglong Shui. I'm hungry. She didn't continue the topic and said softly. I'm not letting you eat. Linglong Shui. Let's watch a movie first. You can eat more after the movie. Why can I eat more after the movie? In the past, Linglong Shui and Lin Xian didn't have a good relationship. She couldn't be bothered with Lin Xian. But now, she could reply to Lin Xian with one sentence and ask all sorts of questions. This was a qualitative breakthrough. Because you'll be hungrier after the movie. Linglong Shui. Ha ha ha. Lin Xian saw Linglong Shui roll her eyes at him and couldn't help but laugh. Let's go. I'll buy you something to eat on the way. We'll have a big meal after the movie. It's my treat. Then won't it be too late? Linglong Shui frowned and looked at the watch on her wrist. It was already 10 at night. Wouldn't it be midnight after the movie? Big sister, are you going to school? Linglong Shui shook her head. Are you going to work? She still shook her head. Then what are you worried about? Linglong Shui. That made sense. Let's go. Lin Xian held Linglong Shui's hand and walked forward. Linglong Shui. She wanted to shake off Lin Xian's hand, but Lin Xian held it tightly. It was as if he was dragging her along. Linglong Shui was furious when she saw this scene. Bing Lingyue held back her laughter. This girl said that she didn't care. It was so obvious. It seemed like she was unhappy because Linglong Shui was being held by Lin Xian. However, in Bing Lingyue's opinion, this was only half the reason. The other half was because of Lin Xian. Lin Xian did it on purpose. Firstly, he could be intimate with Linglong Shui and take advantage of her. Lin Xian holding her hand and hugging her waist would no longer make her feel disgusted. It might even have a very good effect, such as making her shy. However, he couldn't be too direct when he held her hand and hugged her waist. He had to make it seem like he was holding her hand inadvertently. He had to make it feel like he was holding her hand inadvertently. Lin Xian now realized that his way of dealing with all kinds of girls and all kinds of relationships was really amazing. Here Linglong Shui was held by him all the way. Lin Xian didn't stop. She didn't even shake off Lin Xian's hand. This was the effect. As for the favorability, 48. That's right. This was Linglong Shui's favorability towards Lin Xian. This already made Lin Xian very satisfied. The favorability between the two sisters was almost at the same level. Of course, Lin Xian didn't expect to win over Ling Longshui tonight. He gave himself at least a month's time. Lin Xian had 1.5 months' time. However, Bing Lingyue seemed to only have a month's time left. However, he didn't make any moves on Bing Lingyue. This was something that Lin Xian couldn't say for sure. After all, she was Her Majesty the Queen. Easy to woo. Of course it wasn't easy. However, Lin Xian inexplicably felt that it would be easier for her to woo than Ling Longshui. On the way they bought some snacks. As they ate, they entered the cinema. Needless to say, a girl like Ling Longshui would attract a lot of attention no matter the occasion. Just now, because a guy was looking at Ling Longshui and was seen by his girlfriend fell out with him on the spot. This kind of thing didn't seem to be the first time. This wasn't the first time Ling Longshui came to the cinema. Hence, she wasn't too curious. She was just a little curious about what movie Lin Xian wanted to take her to. The movie was called Youth Passerby. It was a youth drama. In short, it was touching and talked about feelings. It could also stimulate a girl's hormones. If a girl cried after watching it, then sorry you did it. As for whether Ling Longshui would cry after watching it, Lin Xian felt that it was quite possible. Although this girl was very cold, there was a period of time when she was super obsessed with TV dramas. Lin Xian also noticed that she would immerse herself in the plot of a TV drama because it was novel and interesting. Hence it was effective. Is it good? Ling Longshui really felt like a little girlfriend now. She would move closer to Lin Xian to take a look and then ask him a question. It's very good. Usually this kind of movie won't be bad. Ling Longshui nodded. Her beautiful eyes scanned the surroundings and saw Ling Longyu hiding behind the crowd. However, she didn't expose her. Yuer is here too. Ling Longshui said to Lin Xian. I saw them. They were following us the whole time. Why do you think they were following us? Ling Longshui shook her head. Stupid. She was worried that I would take advantage of you. Ling Longshui said calmly. That's impossible. However, she didn't realize that tonight, Lin Xian had already hugged her waist and held her hand several times. Then would you be angry if I took advantage of you? Lin Xian asked with a smile. Yes. Why would I? We're dating now. It's normal for us to be dating. But I'm not your girlfriend. So you can't. Ling Longshui said seriously. That's why I'm trying my best to make you my girlfriend. Impossible. Lin Xian. Hey, you're wrong. You said that you would give me a chance to pursue you. Now you're saying that it's impossible. Are you trying to cheat? I've helped you so much. Lin Xian had a pained look on his face. Then, I'll take it back. She was really embarrassed to reject Lin Xian so forcefully. She was conflicted. Why couldn't she be with Lin Xian? But why did she subconsciously reject him? What was the reason? Identity. Strength. That didn't seem right. She wasn't sure either. That's right. Let's go in. After the two of them walked in, Ling Longshui appeared and ran to the front desk. Sister, what movie did that beautiful sister buy? Youth Passerby. I want that too. I want to. Sister, can you remember which 2 seats they bought? Because Ling Longshui was too beautiful, she paid special attention to her and naturally remembered. Then the 2 girls bought the seats behind them. When? Chapter 628. In the movie theater, Lin Xian and Ling Longshui sat in the middle. They bought some popcorn for her. Ling Longshui ate it to her heart's content. In the second row behind them, Lin Xian held a bucket of popcorn in each hand. Bing Lingyue also held a bucket of popcorn and sat behind them. If their attention wasn't on the movie, they would be able to see what Lin Xian and Bing Lingyue were doing. For example, if Lin Xian took advantage of Ling Longshui, they wouldn't be able to see it. Bing Lingyue didn't care about this. If they were fated to be together, why not? She came here with Ling Longyu. She was bored and came out to have some fun. Sister Bing, we have to be your last safeguard. We can't let Lin Xian take advantage of you. Ling Longyue said to Bing Lingyue with a serious expression. Bing Lingyue smiled and nodded. The movie started. Ling Longshue's attention was on the movie. In this movie, most people's attention was on the female companion. Most of the female companion's attention was on whether he was going to take advantage of her. Hurry up and take advantage of her. The rest of the people were watching the movie. For example, Ling Longshue was focused on the movie. Lin Xian obviously wanted to take advantage of her. But he didn't dare to. Xiao Linglong. Halfway through the movie, Lin Xian suddenly called out to Ling Longshue. Ling Longshue was completely immersed in the movie. For example, when the female lead was sad, her heart would also ache. When she heard Lin Xian's voice, she turned to look at Lin Xian. Do you want a broad and comfortable shoulder to lean on? Lin Xian shrugged his shoulder at Ling Longshue. No thank you. Ling Longshue rejected him decisively. Come on, it's more comfortable to watch the movie like this. If you really like this movie, it'll be a pity to miss out on this comfortable feeling. Liar! Ling Longshue said lightly. He wanted to take advantage of her. Ling Longshue wasn't stupid. She could definitely tell. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose awkwardly. You just want to take advantage of me. Her tone became slightly cold. Cough. Lin Xian coughed dryly. Then tell me, you're leaning your head on my shoulder. I'm not touching you or doing anything. How am I taking advantage of you? Ling Long Shue faintly frowned. And we're on a date, right? Then Lin Xian continued. Look at the other girls around you. Aren't many of them like this? She's always leaning into my arms. That's the guy taking advantage. I didn't ask you to lean into my arms, right? That's not necessary. Ling Longshue said indifferently. But I need it. You agreed to go on a date with me. I'm not taking advantage of you. Just lean on me. Ling Longshue. Was this person a pervert? That's not necessary. Ling Longshue's tone became a little more forceful. What kind of date is this? You're lying to me. Lin Xian said in an aggrieved tone. Ling Longshue. She turned her head and glanced at Lin Xian. What was this bastard trying to do? Look at other dates. The girls are all in the arms of the guys. I didn't ask you to be in my arms. I just asked you to lean on my shoulder. It's more comfortable for you to watch. How dare you yell at me? Lin Xian sniffled. Ling Longshue looked at the people around her. Those who came to watch romantic dramas were indeed men and women. They were basically all like this. Especially when Ling Longshue saw Lin Xian like this. She didn't know if he was acting or not. Then, all right. She still couldn't bear it. The main thing was that Lin Xian had really helped her a lot. How could she not agree to this? Moreover, it was a date with him. She felt a little embarrassed. Hearing Ling Longshue's words, Lin Xian's eyes suddenly lit up. Success. Lin Xian didn't expect to do anything else. However, gradually becoming closer was good news. Come on. Lin Xian leaned his body towards Ling Longshue. Then she slowly leaned in. She was very nervous. Ling Longshue was also very nervous. After leaning in, Lin Xian didn't do anything else. She calmed down a little and then focused on the good movie. Ling Longyue, who was behind them, suddenly saw this scene. Ah! Sister Bing, look. Look at them. Ling Longyue pointed to the front. When Bing Lingyue saw Ling Longshue leaning on Lin Xian's shoulder, she was slightly surprised. Bastard! 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 Ling Longyue was going crazy. Ding. Sensing Ling Longyue's displeasure. Adonis points plus 1 million. Ding. When Ling Longyue saw this scene, she crazily increased Lin Xian's Adonis points, causing Lin Xian to feel a little satisfied. On the other side, Ling Longshue had already forgotten to lean on Lin Xian. Anyway, her attention was no longer on it because the plot was very good. Her eyes were slightly red. Although she had never experienced love before, the plot and acting skills were simply too good. As expected of such a good reputation, it made her want to cry. After all, she was a woman. Ling Longyue, who was behind, also quickly focused on the plot. The entire theater was very quiet, but the sound of girls sobbing could be heard. It was really touching. Coupled with the interlude, these emotional girls could not take it. Anyway, this type of movie was to earn tears. Although it was filmed well, there was a common problem. The ending was always a tragedy. Near the end, Ling Longshui, an expert close to the heavenly Tao realm, cried in the background music. Although she was an expert, she was still a kind woman. In the entire theater, some of the girls were even crying. Some of them were hitting their boyfriends' chests. Lin Xian was waiting for this moment. Then, he hurriedly passed a piece of paper over. "Wipe it." Ling Longshui took it and wiped it gently. Her beautiful eyes were still staring at the screen. Then Lin Xian took the opportunity to hug her. Ling Longshui did not react. She went with the flow and leaned into Lin Xian's embrace. Firstly, her attention was really on the plot. Secondly, it was quite good for her to be like this. Hence, she did not pay much attention. As a result, she was taken advantage of by Lin Xian. Lin Xian revealed a lecherous smile. He did it. He did it. He was the champion. The movie ended, but these people did not leave the theater. You humans are really bad. Why does the ending of a movie have to be so tragic? Why can't two people be together despite liking each other so much? Ling Longshui said softly. Lin Xian hugged her and said softly, "Perhaps many love will lose to reality. One does not admit defeat, the other does not admit defeat. There are so many unknowns in reality. They can leave the deepest love for each other, but they can't walk to the end." Chapter 629. Ling Longshui wiped her tears and suddenly realized something. She suddenly sat up from Lin Xian's embrace. You. Ling Longshui gritted her teeth and glared at Lin Xian. When did he hug her? And when did she end up in his arms? No. This can't be true. How could she be in a man's embrace for so long without any reaction? How is this possible? Lin Xian shrugged his shoulders. You snuggled in my embrace, I didn't do it. Ling Longshui frowned. Did she take the initiative? She didn't hate it. That's a man. Ding. Feeling Ling Longshui's anger. Adonis points plus 1,000,000. Forget it. She didn't blame Lin Xian and didn't continue this topic. I won't watch movies anymore. Ling Longshui got up and left. Lin Xian followed her. Why? 'Cause watching movies will make you feel bad. Lin Xian smiled. You're not in a bad mood, you're just thinking about it. That's someone else's story, don't think too much about it. Ling Longshui nodded. I'm hungry. Let's go and have a big meal. Let's call those two along. At this point, Lin Xian was already extremely satisfied. Ling Longshui was nestled in his embrace, and he was hugging her. Was this not enough? As for the rest, they could take it slow. Ling Longshui nodded and the two looked behind them. Ling Longyu, who had just stood up, quickly squatted down and hid. Bing. Sister Bing, quickly hide. Ling Longyu pulled Bing Lingyue's hand. Why are you hiding? Lin Xian's voice suddenly came from beside her. Ling Longyu swallowed her saliva and turned her head. Lin Xian was already standing beside her. What a coincidence you're here too. Ling Longyue laughed foolishly before standing up awkwardly. Yeah, what a coincidence. How can it not be a coincidence that you're following me? Lin Xian said with a smile. I didn't. Ling Longyue averted her gaze. Alright, let's go. You've been following me for the whole night. You must be hungry, right? You didn't eat much at the casino, did you? I'll take you to eat something delicious. Humph. Ling Longyue did not think that she would be discovered so early, and her face fell. Then, she suddenly thought of something and grabbed Lin Xian. I haven't even talked about you yet. How much have you taken advantage of me? Bastard. Your sister didn't say anything. Why are you so anxious? Lin Xian said with a smile. Bing Lingyue held Ling Longyue's hand and said to Lin Xian, "The movie was pretty good. Course. I'll bring you here when I'm free. Just the two of us." Lin Xian smiled at Bing Lingyue. Bing Lingyue was slightly taken aback. "Bastard." Ling Longyue stomped on Lin Xian's foot. "Lin Xian." Bing Lingyue smiled and said, "Anything is fine." Then she walked away and walked towards Ling Longshui. As soon as she left, Lin Xian slapped Ling Longyue's butt. The sound was quite crisp. "Ing. Prince Charming points plus 1 million. Ling Longyue was stunned. Then she gritted her teeth and pointed at Lin Xian angrily. "Bastard! I'm going to kill you. Little brats should be obedient," Lin Xian said and walked away. In the past, he did not dare to do such a thing. But now he did. He had reached the favorability level, and it might even have a good effect. Ling Longyue covered her butt. Her face was filled with anger and grievance, but also shyness. She stomped her little feet and chased after him. Tonight, these girls increased Lin Xian's Prince Charming points by more than 20 million. Most of it came from Ling Longyue's unhappiness. The four of them came to a hot pot restaurant to eat hot pot. The weather was a bit cold, but it was still very comfortable to eat hot pot in such weather. Lin Xian planned to bring Ling Ying and the rest to eat hot pot tomorrow. After all, he could not forget about them and Linya. But Linya was probably very satisfied now. She liked to help Lin Xian manage his company. She should be very happy. Lin Xian knew that she would be tired, but Lin Xian would definitely take note of that. There are no more private rooms. Lin Xian scratched his head. One had to know that it was almost midnight, and there were no more private rooms. Lin Xian glanced at the hall. There were so many people even in the hall. The boss said, "Millions of people from Tianhua City have flooded in. It's not just our hot pot restaurant. Many shops have increased their business hours and traffic. Today is also the weekend. Few movies have just ended. Even though it's midnight, there are still so many people. Basically, most shops are in this situation now." Lin Xian also expressed his understanding. As he said, the main reason was because millions of people from Tianhua City had flooded into Linnan City. Then let's eat in that corner. Why did they need a private room? This was because Ling Longshui and Bing Lingyue would definitely attract a lot of attention if they were to eat here. It would also cause some unnecessary trouble. It was the simplest to eat in a private room. For example, Lin Xian, Han Chuxue, and Ling Ying also booked a private room when they ate together. The four of them then sat in the corner. After ordering, the dishes were quickly served. Brother Leopard, look over there. They just came down from upstairs and their gazes fell on the corner. It was too easy for them to attract other people's attention. When they looked over, just the side of their faces would attract the attention of men. Brother Leopard looked over, and then his eyes lit up. Although it's only the side of their faces, they look like two beautiful girls. Also, they have good temperaments. For men like them, women were sometimes more important than money. Let's go. Golden Leopard had a sloppy expression on his face. He tidied his hair and walked over with his 3 lackeys. Jean Leopard, one of the right-hand men of the Azura Palace's White Tiger Hall Master, was in existence at the same level as Li Tianheng. He was an existence that even Liao Jian and An Mingho had to respect. After all, he represented the Azura Palace, and the Azura Palace had heavenly venerables. Otherwise, the Azura Palace wouldn't be so famous. Jean Leopard looked young and even a little thin, but he was very strong. As one of the right-hand men of the White Tiger Hall Master, Li Tianheng was in charge of the civil side, while he was in charge of the martial side. Many things that needed to be solved by force were handled by him. For example, when he ate in Linnan City, there were basically no restaurants that would charge him. He was similar to a hooligan, but he was one of the top hooligans. Jean Leopard slammed his phone and wallet on the table in front of Lin Xian and the others. Then he tidied his coat, and one of his followers brought a chair for him. Then he sat there. Lin Xian and the others looked at him. Jean Leopard's gaze finally landed on Ling Longshui and Bing Lingyue. Then he was stunned. Chapter 630. Previously, he could only see the side of her face from afar. He felt that she had a good temperament and looks. But now he was completely attracted to her. She's not bad. He had never seen a fairy like her before. Hey, what are you doing? Ling Longyue stared at him angrily. Golden Leopard looked at Ling Longyue. Oh my, even a little girl is so beautiful. Fuck. How can you talk to Brother Leopard like that? One of the underlings heard Ling Longyue's tone and scolded. Slap. The Golden Leopard slapped him in the face, and the little brother was a little stunned from the slap. How can you talk like that? Apologize to me. Golden Leopard said angrily. The underling quickly apologized. Under normal circumstances he would do that. But these girls were too beautiful. He didn't want to use violence. Lin Xian laughed in his heart. Sai men are all pigs. Of course he was not one of them. Golden Leopard then revealed a gentlemanly smile and said, I have never seen such beautiful fairies in my life. Let me introduce myself. I am Golden Leopard, one of the right-hand men of the Azura Palace's White Tiger Hall Master. You should have heard of me, right? Golden Leopard showed a proud expression as if he had heard their exclamation. We want to eat. Please go away. Thank you. Bing Lingyue said softly. Since they came to the human world, they had adapted to a peaceful life. They would not fight if they could. Golden Leopard frowned. What kind of attitude is this? She knows my identity and still has such an attitude. Yes, reserved. A woman's reserve. Then he looked at Lin Xian. This man is interesting. A man coming out to eat with 3 beautiful girls. Of course it will be him in the future. Hey, you get lost. Golden Leopard casually pointed at Lin Xian and said in a domineering manner. Lin Xian looked like an honest man. He pointed at himself and said, Me? Nonsense, get lost. I'm here to eat with these beauties. Lin Xian then said, Oh, then go ahead and eat. It's just a matter of adding another pair of chopsticks. Besides, I'm not familiar with them. If you want to pick up girls, you don't have to care about me. But as long as I don't exist, it's fine. I'm a little hungry, I have to eat. Golden Leopard. What kind of operation was that? Shouldn't men be showing off in front of women at this time? Then he would have a reason to make a move on him and show off. Why was he acting like a gigolo instead? You. Lin Xian, are you even a man? Hearing Lin Xian's words, Ling Longyue angrily glared at Lin Xian. He is a man. But even if he is a man, why must he protect you women? Is this what a man should do? I don't think so. Ling Longyue. Tisk, who needs your protection? Ling Longyue rolled her eyes at Lin Xian. On the other hand, Ling Longshui and Bing Lingyue only wanted to have a meal. They were uncomfortable with a stranger sitting next to them and being so arrogant. Get lost. At this time, Ling Longshui coldly said. Golden Leopard was stunned. Then the corner of his mouth curled up. Interesting. I like this kind of cold and temperamental beauty. Then he reached out his hand to Ling Longshui, wanting to touch her cheek. Ah! A blood-curdling scream was heard, and everyone in the hall heard it, and they all looked over. There was a chopstick in Golden Leopard's hand. Blood flowed through the gaps between his fingers. Lin Xian's mouth curled up slightly. He was just going to watch the show. If he brought Lu Yufan and Yi and they needed protection, then Lin Xian would definitely protect them and stand up for them. But these 3 girls, which one of them wasn't stronger than him? Which one of them needed his protection? He just had to eat his food obediently and be a gigolo. Golden Leopard was shocked. He didn't even know what was going on. Then there was a chopstick in his hand. It was an expert. He finally reacted. At least stronger than him. He was in the law realm. Those who were stronger than him were either in the high-level law realm or the domain realm. He couldn't afford to offend them for the time being. You're courting death. Seeing their boss being beaten up, his lackeys wanted to stand up for him. Stop! Golden Leopard took the initiative to stop them. Although he was very angry, he also knew that his lackeys would be beaten up if they stood up for him. I'll say it again. Get lost, Ling Long Shui said coldly. He had encountered a tough nut to crack. But why would such a tough nut eat in a small hotpot restaurant? If you have the guts, leave your name. The Azura Palace won't let this go. Golden Leopard saw some people pointing at him. Even if he couldn't beat him, he wouldn't foolishly try. That would only cause him to be more seriously injured. But he still had to fight for his face. At this time, Lin Xian smiled and said, "Isn't the Azura Palace a big faction? I even heard that in the past, the Azura Palace would get rid of the evil and protect the good. If something happened to humans, they would take the initiative to send experts to deal with it. Why does it seem to me that the Azura Palace is like a mafia? Is this the style of the left and right hands of the Azura Palace's hall master? He's like a hooligan." Lin Xian's words and his current tone made Golden Leopard realize that he didn't seem to be a gigolo. To be able to sit in this position, he was definitely not an ordinary person. He still had a way of judging people. He had misjudged him previously, mainly because he didn't expect it. But now something was wrong. This man was not a kind person. It's not your turn to point fingers at the Azura Palace. If you have the guts, leave your name. I'll definitely come and ask for advice in the future. Lin Xian looked at him with a teasing smile. Go ask your other partner. What's his name? Oh right, Li Tianheng, right? Go ask him and you'll know. Golden Leopard was stunned. Li Tianheng was also a ruthless person. In some aspects, he even had more authority than Golden Leopard. However, Golden Leopard knew about his broken arm and went to see him. It even made the Hall Master of the White Tiger Hall furious. The Hall Master of the White Tiger Hall even suspected that he was the one who did it. Could it be him? You're Lin Xian. Golden Leopard covered his hand and frowned. Oh, am I that famous? Lin Xian smirked. Lin Xian's name was still quite famous in Lin and City. After all, the press conference made this name slightly famous. Of course, Linya was more famous because she was the host. Lin Xian only showed his face and said a few words. Most people didn't know that Lin Xian was actually the boss behind the Art Pavilion Corporation. Let's go. Golden Leopard's face darkened. Then he left with his men. This matter would definitely not end well. However, he still needed to go back and discuss the details. This matter might involve a lot of things. He's not a man. Ling Longyue had a particular opinion about Lin Xian tonight. After they left, she grumbled unhappily. Whether I'm a man or not, you'll know once you try. Lin Xian's lips curled up as he looked at her and smiled. Chapter 631. Ling Longyue glared at Lin Xian. She couldn't do anything to him anymore. Sister, look at him. He's flirting with me. Help me hit him. Ling Longyue actually acted coquettishly in front of Ling Long Shui. Ling Long Shui wanted to hit him too, but she couldn't. She wanted to find someone to hit him too. Okay, let's go back and rest. Ling Long Shui didn't know what to say and could only say so. Oh! Ling Longyue lowered her head and turned her anger into appetite. She ate in big mouthfuls. I don't have anywhere to sleep tonight. Why don't I sleep at your place? Lin Xian suddenly said. The three girls. If you want to sleep on the sofa, you're welcome. If you have other thoughts. Bing Lingyue looked at Lin Xian with a smile. What a joke. How can I have other thoughts? Forget it. The three of you are heartless. You won't even give me a bed. I'll think of a way myself. Love, I've been thinking of taking you out to play every day. What to play, what to eat, in the end you can't even let me sleep well. Lin Xian said with a sigh. If it was someone else, they might have been fooled by Lin Xian. If you can't go home for some reason and you want to sleep on a bed, aren't there many rooms in the hotel? Ling Longshui suddenly said. Lin Xian. Awkward. After the meal it was almost over. They went back to their homes. All in all, it was a very successful night. Lin Xian was satisfied. His relationship with Ling Longshui had indeed improved. It was just a matter of how it developed. If Ling Longshui looked forward to Lin Xian going out with her again, then Lin Xian was even more successful. When Lin Xian returned home, it was already 1 o'clock in the evening. At this time there were quite a lot of people on the road. After all, it was the weekend and millions of people in Tianhua City were here. However, when Lin Xian went downstairs, he saw that the lights in the house were still on. Could it be that little fairy is still awake? Lin Xian scratched his head and went in to open the door. Linya was wearing her pajamas and sitting on the sofa with her laptop. Her exquisite feet made people's imagination run wild. Why aren't you asleep? Lin Xian frowned and sat beside her. Linya should have been very tired during the day. It was already late at night, but she was still not asleep. Lin Xian's heart ached. If she was a little more tired, she would feel fulfilled and happy. However, she should at least rest and work time should be proportionate. Although Linya was now at the arcane body realm, she was able to withstand fatigue. She was different from before. In the past she had a mortal body. Although she still had a mortal body now, she was much stronger. However, Lin Xian was still worried. It's okay. I'm different from before. In the past I would be tired. Now that I'm at a high level, I'm not that tired. Linya tucked her hair behind her ear and looked at Lin Xian. That won't do. You still need to rest. Lin Xian took the laptop down and hugged her delicate body. Linya's body suddenly trembled. Or is it because I'm not by your side that you can't sleep? The corner of Lin Xian's mouth curled up as he asked with a smile. Linya's face flushed red. Xiao Xian, you have to be more serious. Hee, let's go to sleep. Lin Xian grinned and carried Linya's delicate body in his arms. Then he walked towards her room. Of course, nothing major happened that night. Lin Xian did not push Linya down. Of course, if he wanted to, he could do it. However, he could not bear to do it. It was not the right time. However, he could still satisfy other small matters. This was also beneficial. After all, Linya was not Lin Xian's girlfriend. If they did it a few more times, he would earn tens of millions of Adonis points. The next morning, Lin Xian yawned and sat up. Linya was no longer by his side. He walked out. Linya was in the kitchen making breakfast. Xiao Xian, you're awake. Go wash up. Breakfast will be ready after you wash up. Linya looked at Lin Xian and said softly. It's been hard on you, little fairy. Lin Xian smiled and walked over to her and kissed her on the cheek. Linya blushed and rolled her eyes at Lin Xian. Oh. Hee. Then Lin Xian happily went to wash up. He had a group of beauties outside and a little fairy at home. His life was really worth a mountain of gold and silver. At the dining table, Linya was eating breakfast while looking at something on her laptop. Xiao Xian, guess what the total turnover of our shops in Lin and City was yesterday? Linya asked Lin Xian excitedly. Lin Xian smiled. It won't be too low. Take a guess. Linya actually had a hint of coquettishness in her voice. Lin Xian rubbed his chin and said, one physique modification fluid is $1,000, and one mental cultivation fluid is $10,000. If we sell 10,000 of them, we'll get $10 million, and 10,000 mental cultivation fluid will be $100 million. These two things are definitely in high demand. It should be easy to sell 10,000 of them in Lin and City. So, yesterday's turnover should be around $200 million, right? Linya shook her head with a smile on her face. $1 billion. Lin Xian. This exceeded Lin Xian's expectations. One had to know that a few shops in Lin and City had a turnover of $1 billion. This was something that no other company could do. Then we can expand now. We can quickly open a large number of branches in the other cities. Linya nodded. Of course, I can go and give the orders today. You can let the trustworthy veterans from your previous company do this. You don't have to do it yourself. I know. How much do you think we should expand? Lin Xian thought about it. In fact, they couldn't expand too much for the time being. This was because it wouldn't be long before they ran out of stock. Although Lin Xian's Adonis points were in the tens of millions, and Ling Longyue, Linya, and the others had a total of $50 million last night, they couldn't guarantee that they would have enough every day. So, it wouldn't be good if the supply couldn't keep up. So, at least for now, they had to maintain a sufficient supply. What do you think? Lin Xian asked. Linya pondered for a moment. I want to ask, can these 2 medicines be supplied indefinitely? Lin Xian shook his head. No. Is it the materials? Lin Xian nodded. Yes, the other materials are easy to buy and there are a lot of them. But the chalcedony fluid can't guarantee a large supply. If there's a shortage, it will have a big impact on the company. Well, let's take it one step at a time. Anyway, the daily sales are already very exaggerated. Chapter 632. In the end, they decided to expand and set up branches in the surrounding 5 cities. This was probably the fastest company in history, expanding on the second day after it was officially sold. Lin Xian didn't have to worry about the company anymore. As long as there was enough chalcedony liquid, Lin Xian had to interact more with these girls. It wasn't for his own selfish desires, it was for the sake of Adonis points and chalcedony liquid. That's right, that's it. It was troublesome to have too many girls. Look, there were Miao Xiao Miao, Wang Xintong, Yi Lu Yufan, Ling Ying, Han Chushue, and maybe even Xiao Runing. Who could handle so many girls? Linya went to work while Lin Xian gave Ling Ying a call. Little Ying, what are you doing? Lin Xian chuckled. On the other side, Ling Ying rolled his eyes. Playing. What's the matter, Boss Lin? Let's play together. What's the point of playing alone? I'll play with you. No need. I have something to do during the day. If you want to play, do it at night. Ling Ying said. At night? You seem to be hinting at something. Lin Xian raised his eyebrows. Ling Ying, go, you pervert. Okay, this is the chance you gave me. I'm going to find other girls. Don't regret it. Go. Then Lin Xian hung up. Ying. You have sensed Ling Ying's displeasure. Adonis points plus 100,000. Lin Xuanjue's Adonis points had increased by a lot. Usually, he would only gain 10 to 20,000 Adonis points, but this time it had increased by 100,000. Ling Longyue and Ling Longshue's Adonis points had also increased by a lot compared to last night. Ling Longyue's and Ling Longshue's Adonis points had also increased a lot. After that, Lin Xian and Lin Xian went to the Saint Brilliance Academy. The Saint Brilliance Academy was one of the most famous academies in Lin and City, similar to the Tianhua Academy in Tianhua City. However, the Saint Brilliance Academy was more impressive than the Tianhua Academy, the Tianyang Academy, and the Starry Academy in that it had more honors and a larger scale. Even though it was just an academy in a border city, the Saint Brilliance Academy's reputation was well known throughout the entire Hua nation. There were a few top academies in China, which were places that all warriors dreamed of. Even Thunder Calamity Realm and Law Realm students could be found everywhere. It was enough to see how powerful those few academies were. There were many mysterious Heaven Realm and Thunder Calamity Realm students there. You wouldn't even see any warrior students below the mysterious Heaven Realm. However, those few students were from the top cities, Chengdu City, or the cities next to Chengdu City. Not just anyone could enter, but Saint Brilliance Academy was in existence below such top academies. In terms of status, it was much higher than Tianhua Academy. Simply put, it was a famous university. Therefore, the quality of the students in Saint Brilliance Academy was definitely much higher than Tianhua Academy. For example, in Tianhua Academy, the mysterious Heaven Realm students were the best. But now, in Saint Brilliance Academy, the mysterious Heaven Realm students were as common as dogs and Thunder Calamity Realm students were everywhere. Why did Saint Brilliance Academy have such a high status? Actually, it was very simple. It was because St. Brilliant's Academy had a huge background, including cultivation resources. With more cultivation resources, it would naturally attract more warriors. However, what surprised Lin Xian was that Xiao Runing's status didn't seem to be low. Lin Xian could understand why she was a teacher in Tianhua Academy. However, St. Brilliant's Academy was a few levels higher than Tianhua Academy. 2 days before she arrived, she had directly entered to become a teacher. Do you think it was possible that she didn't have anything? It was obviously impossible. Would such an academy lack teachers? It didn't exist. Although Lin Xian felt that this academy wasn't of much use to him now, it had to be said that the academy could sometimes provide you with many convenient channels. Now that Lin Xian had advanced to the Sky Martial Arts competition, the next was the National Sky Martial Arts competition. After the National Sky Martial Arts competition, it would be the 5 Big Empires Sky Martial Arts competition. Only then would the top 10 be able to enter the door of God. However, before Lin Xian came, he had heard that St. Brilliant's Academy had a secret territory. That's right, it was this secret territory that made St. Brilliant's Academy so famous in a border city. It was also the foundation of St. Brilliant's Academy's strength. This was something that Lin Xian cared about. Therefore, Lin Xian planned to become a student at St. Brilliant's Academy, not for learning, but for this secret territory. Lin Xian heard that there were many types of elemental powers in this secret territory, and he needed to absorb elemental powers to unlock other attributes. Therefore, this secret territory might be a very important place for him. Coincidentally, Lu Yufan and Yi Yi were both there. Lin Xian could also go there and see if there was any opportunity to enter St. Brilliant's Academy's secret territory. Lin Xian wasn't very famous in Lin and City. His fame came from Tianhua City. However, the people of Lin and City weren't convinced, didn't care and didn't want to know. Lin Xian had shown his face at the press conference, but to be honest, not many people paid attention to him. Their attention was on Linya. Even if they knew about him, they didn't think it was important. This was because not many people knew that Lin Xian was actually the boss of the Art Xian group. On Linya's side, Lin Xian was temporarily relieved. Lin Xian had forgotten about Tian Du. She had been developing the Art Xian group with Linya for the past 2 days. It could be said that she had done her best. After that, Lin Xian arrived at the entrance of St. Brilliant's Academy. As expected of an academy that's a few levels higher than Tianhua Academy, the scale is indeed different. Lin Xian looked at St. Brilliant's Academy and secretly praised it. The difference between St. Brilliant's Academy and Tianhua Academy was that there was no such thing as the academy or the Sky Martial Court. Everyone was an ancient martial art practitioner. There was no such thing as reaching the Qi building realm 5 stars in the academy to enter a place similar to the Sky Martial Court. There was no such thing. The prerequisite to entering St. Brilliant's Academy was that you had to be an ancient martial art practitioner at the Qi building realm 5 stars. Lin Xian looked at the situation inside through the entrance. He planned to go in and find Xiao Runing to help him get a student status. Although it wasn't the recruitment season for a teacher, it was just like changing schools. It should be a simple matter. Lin Xian walked in. Stop! The security guard at the entrance of St. Brilliant's Academy stopped Lin Xian. Students who are not from St. Brilliant's Academy are not allowed to enter. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose. Uncle, look at me. I'm so young. Don't I look like a student? You look like one, but you don't have a student badge. Lin Xian scratched his head. So all the students of St. Brilliant's Academy had to have a badge. A cold laugh came from beside Lin Xian. Lin Xian turned to look at him. Chapter 633. A total of 5 people walked past Lin Xian. 3 men and 2 women, all wearing high-end branded clothes. The men were handsome and the women were pretty, but they looked at Lin Xian with disdain. I say, kid, if you're not a student of St. Brilliant's Academy, don't pretend to be one. Do you think anyone can enter St. Brilliant's Academy? The leader of the group said mockingly. Oh, Then I'd like to ask, what kind of people can enter St. Brilliant's Academy? Lin Xian looked at them with a smirk. What kind of people? They looked at each other and couldn't help but laugh. Anyway, it's not someone like you. Lin Xian laughed. This is really interesting. This St. Brilliant's Academy is indeed quite famous, and I am indeed not a student of St. Brilliant's Academy. But don't make yourselves sound so noble. St. Brilliant's Academy only allows Qi Building Realm 5 stars to enter as a student. Why does it sound like the students of St. Brilliant's Academy are not qualified to enter if they are not in the Thunder Tribulation Realm? Why do you feel like you're so cool just because you're a student of St. Brilliant's Academy? What do you have more than others? The few people frowned. St. Brilliant's Academy's requirements were not high. Compared to Tianhua Academy, it was definitely high. But it was not difficult to enter. They just couldn't help but ridicule Lin Xian when they saw him wanting to enter. However, after hearing Lin Xian's words, their expressions turned ugly. That's right, a Qi Building Realm 5-star cultivator could enter an academy. His words made it sound like it was very, very awesome. Without the profound Heaven Realm, Lightning Tribulation Realm cultivators could not enter. If you're a student of St. Brilliant's Academy, can you guarantee that you won't dare to say such words in front of me? Zhang Tianqi stared coldly at Lin Xian, then walked into St. Brilliant's Academy with one of the beauties in his arms. Lin Xian's voice came from behind. Then I can guarantee that if I'm a student of St. Brilliant's Academy, you won't dare to be so arrogant in front of me. Zhang Tianqi's figure paused, and he sneered. Trash, we'll talk after you enter St. Brilliant's Academy. I've made a mistake. I shouldn't have said so much to someone like you. You must be a refugee from Tianhua City. Then he walked away. Lin Xian shook his head secretly. Indeed, there were such people everywhere. Lin Xian couldn't be bothered to waste his breath on such people because there were too many of them. If he were to fuss over every little thing, there would be no end to it. Lin Xian couldn't be bothered. However, he still had to enter St. Brilliant's Academy. Little brother, you're from Tianhua City? The security guard uncle asked. Lin Xian nodded. Then I have to tell you. That person just now was Zhang Tianqi, the second young master of Zhang family, one of the 4 great families in Lin and City. Your Tianhua City must also have a few great families, but Lin and City's 4 great families are much more powerful than your Tianhua Cities. Most of them have stronger backers. The Zhang family is very powerful, and that young Master Zhang is also a very powerful expert. He took 10th place in the Sky Martial Arts Conference. Of course, he may not be the most powerful, but he has an older brother who is even more powerful. So I advise you not to provoke them. Lin Xian nodded. Thank you, uncle. I'm just casually reminding you. Then Lin Xian asked, Oh right, uncle, it's not the start of school yet. How can I enter St. Brilliant's Academy? The security guard uncle was stunned and asked, You already have a conflict with young Master Zhang. Are you sure you want to enter St. Brilliant's Academy? Lin Xian smiled and nodded. All right, your uncle won't stop you. It's actually quite difficult to enter St. Brilliant's Academy right now. Because St. Brilliant's Academy was full a while ago, plus many Tianhua City martial artists entered, there are even fewer spots. If you want to enter St. Brilliant's Academy now, there's only one way if it's not the start of school. You have to have someone above you. Is that so? Lin Xian rubbed his chin. He originally didn't want to trouble Xiao Runing, but now he could only trouble her. Then Lin Xian took out his phone and dialed a number. Hello, Xiao Ningning. Xiao Ruin. F***CK. This Lin Xian was becoming more and more presumptuous with the way he addressed her. I say, Big Boss Lin, why are you looking for me when you don't care about your company? Lin Xian smiled. I'm at the entrance of St. Brilliant's Academy. I want to continue learning from my dear Ning Ning, so can you pick me up and help me register as a student? Xiao Runing. Are you serious? Lin Xian nodded his head. Of course. All right, 5 minutes. Then Xiao Runing hung up the phone. The security guard uncle revealed a shocked expression. From the meaning of the call, it seemed like there really was someone. Sure enough, he couldn't underestimate anyone. "Young man, you know someone from St. Brilliant's Academy?" Lin Xian smiled and nodded. It shouldn't be a problem to know a teacher, right?" "That's for sure. The authority of a teacher in St. Brilliant's Academy is much greater than that of many other academies. Especially our St. Brilliant's Academy's new female teacher with the surname Xiao. Her authority is extraordinarily great." "Lin Xian, Miss Xiao? Could it be Xiao Ruan?" "Why? Could it be that the dean is her father?" "That's not it. She's just a very ordinary teacher, but because she's really too beautiful, there are many masters, vice deans, and teachers in St. Brilliant's Academy who admire her. Don't you think that after admiring her, all the men will try to please her? Then wouldn't the power of these teachers and deans be her power?" Lin Xian smiled. "Uncle, what you said makes a lot of sense." The security guard uncle was a talkative person. He kept chatting with Lin Xian, and Lin Xian conveniently learned a lot about St. Brilliant's Academy from him. St. Brilliant's Academy had a total of more than 20,000 students, which meant that 20,000 martial arts practitioners. Like Tianhua Academy, it was divided into beginner, intermediate, and advanced classes. The difference was that Tianhua Academy's Sky Martial Court had less than 1,000 people, but here there were 20,000. There were more than 100 beginner classes, a few dozen intermediate classes, and 20 to 30 advanced classes. The beginner classes consisted of the Qi building realm and the spirit congealing realm. The intermediate classes consisted of the arcane body realm and a small number of the arcane heaven realm. The advanced classes consisted of the arcane heaven realm. However, above the advanced classes there was a backyard, which was similar to the Sky Martial Court in Tianhua Academy. It was filled with martial arts practitioners in the Thunder Calamity realm. That was where the real resources were. It was indeed very exaggerated. "Then may I know how to enter the St. Brilliant's Academy's secret territory?" Lin Xian asked. "About that, the beginner, intermediate, and advanced classes will hold a martial arts competition. The top 10 of each class will have a chance to enter the secret territory for a day. The martial arts practitioners in the backyard will also be able to enter. Let me recommend a new game. I took over The Happy Wind Man, a new book by the old author. It's quality guaranteed. It's very interesting. You can go and take a look." Chapter 634. The top 10 of the 3 classes could all enter the secret territory. It was not difficult. Lin Xian sighed. However, the uncle's next sentence stunned Lin Xian. "It's a pity, but it's useless." Lin Xian looked puzzled. "Uncle, why do you say that?" Lin Xian came to St. Brilliant's Academy because he heard about the secret territory. Without it, why would he come to St. Brilliant's Academy? Because there's only one day. You have to come back in one day. However, one day is not enough to get anything in the secret territory unless you're extremely lucky. If you want to stay in the secret territory for a longer time, you have to enter the Academy's backyard. However, it seems that after entering the Academy's backyard, you have to do something to be able to stay in the secret territory for a longer time and get more things. I've only heard about this. I don't know if it's true or not. Don't worry about it." Lin Xian nodded. "Thank you, uncle." At this time, Xiao Runing hurriedly walked out of the St. Brilliant's Academy. It could be seen that there were many students following behind Xiao Runing. Of course, they were all admirers of Xiao Runing. After all, she was indeed very beautiful. When she was in the Tianhua Academy, she already had a great reputation. All the major academies knew her and she was known as the #1 female teacher. Of course, when she came to the St. Brilliant's Academy, it was impossible to cover up her glory. Of course, there were some things between students and teachers. However, in a place like Sky Blue Star, relationships between teachers and students were not a big deal. Hence, so many students followed her openly. Of course, they had to keep a certain distance from her. There were even some male teachers who acted as if they were passing by just to follow behind her. It had to be said that they were very good. Lin Xian was a little excited when he thought about how he had kissed Xiao Ningning before. The security uncle was also stunned when he saw Xiao Runing walking over. "Let's go. Follow me in." Xiao Runing walked in front of Lin Xian and said softly. The security uncle's jaw dropped. Was this the beautiful teacher that this brat knew? "Well, thank you, uncle. I'll chat with you more often in the future." Lin Xian waved his hand and followed Xiao Runing inside. At this moment, everyone was discussing animatedly. Who is this? He actually got Miss Xiao to personally receive him. He doesn't have a student badge on his chest, which proves that he isn't from our St. Brilliance Academy. Who is he? He seems to be the young man who spoke at the press conference before. He's from the Art Xian group. Yes, that's him. I think his name is Lin Xian or something. He seems to be a refugee from Tianhua City, but how is he related to the Yixian group? A lot of people in Linnan City were now looking down on the people of Tianhua City. When Tianhua City was still around, they wouldn't have such an opinion. But now that Tianhua City was gone, the citizens of Tianhua City would look down on them and think that they were just refugees. What was so good about refugees? If things didn't go well, Linnan City would be like this sooner or later. They would become refugees sooner or later. But many people were like this, so there was nothing they could do. Xiao Runing wasn't wearing professional attire. She was wearing simple casual clothes. The weather was cold, so she was wearing very tight clothes. Otherwise, this group of male animals wouldn't be able to take their eyes off her. "Xiao Ningning, you're still so popular." Lin Xian grinned at Xiao Runing. Xiao Ruan rolled her eyes at Lin Xian. "Call me Miss Xiao. So Xiao Ningning is your type. Then you can call me boss, Xiao Runing. You're not serious." Then they went to Xiao Runing's office. This scene made those people full of speculations. Going to Miss Xiao's office alone. There didn't seem to be any male students who were brought in alone by her. Now many people were curious. Who exactly was Lin Xian to Xiao Runing? Boyfriend. This was basically all denied, but they were still curious. Why did you think of coming here to be a student? According to your level, it's actually not necessary. If you want, you can consider the top schools in Tiandu City. These schools won't be able to improve you much. Xiao Runing asked while pouring water for Lin Xian. Lin Xian crossed his legs on the sofa in her office. "I heard that St. Brilliant School has a secret realm. I want to take a look." Xiao Runing put the water in front of Lin Xian and then sat on the single sofa beside him. "Secret realms. I haven't been there before, but I have a general understanding of it. There should be some kind of heaven and earth spirit treasure inside. Moreover, it must be a very strong heaven and earth spirit treasure to give birth to such a secret realm. There are many attribute powers inside. If one is lucky, it can increase the attribute purity of a warrior. It can be considered a rare treasure. Don't you have attribute increasing potions? Do you still need to go there?" Xiao Runing asked in confusion. "You don't understand." Xiao Runing couldn't help but laugh. Young Master Lin has become a big boss. Now it's me who doesn't understand. Lin Xian glanced at Xiao Runing and smiled. "What? My dear Xiao Ningning, do you want a kiss?" Xiao Runing. Then Lin Xian smiled evilly and walked over while rubbing his hands. "I'm telling you, don't mess around." Xiao Runing looked at Lin Xian with some vigilance. Although they had kissed more than once, and they had even done other intimate things besides kissing. But Lin Xian then moved to Xiao Runing's side. The single sofa was quite big. Lin Xian sat down and then hugged Xiao Runing's delicate body. Xiao Runing frowned slightly. "Lin Xian, I'm warning you, don't mess around." She didn't know why she felt this way. She just didn't hate Lin Xian touching her. She even looked forward to it. What was going on? Lin Xian's lips curled slightly. Although he couldn't see Xiao Runing's favorability, she didn't feel anything after being kissed for a few minutes. So, her favorability shouldn't be bad. "I won't mess around." Lin Xian hugged her just like that. Xiao Runing rolled her eyes at him and sighed helplessly. Lin Xian smiled evilly. This chick was quite cold to outsiders, but she was gentle to Lin Xian. The main reason was probably because Lin Xian had saved her before. No, there was another reason, and that was because they had been intimate before. As the only guy who had been intimate with Xiao Ruan, she definitely treated Lin Xian differently. Just like now, Lin Xian hugged her, she didn't even feel anything. It was much better than kissing. If Lin Xian raped her now, he might even succeed. Xiao Ningning, your figure is really good. Lin Xian smiled. Xiao Runing rolled her eyes at Lin Xian. I'm wearing so much and you can tell. Hurry up and let go, or I'll slap you. Chapter 635. Lin Xian knew when to stop, so he let go of her hand. The moment he let go and stood up, someone knocked on Xiao Runing's office door and pushed it open. Miss Xiao, didn't disturb you, did I? A handsome middle-aged man walked in with a smile on his oily face. Then his gaze landed on Lin Xian. After seeing Lin Xian's appearance and approximate age, he wasn't worried about anything. Lin Xian was just a student. Xiao Runing stood up. Teacher Jean, is there anything I can help you with? Jean Hui smiled. It's nothing big. Tonight there's a teacher gathering at St. Brilliance Academy. All the teachers and outstanding students will be attending. It's quite an important gathering. Let Miss Xiao know. It starts at 10 p.m. so it might be a little late. Xiao Runing nodded. Thank you for the reminder, Teacher Jean. Okay, then I'll take my leave. Then he took one last look at Lin Xian and left. Another one of your admirers. Lin Xian stood up, walked to the door and locked it. Xiao Runing. Why did he lock it? Xiao Runing pretended to be calm and said, Yes, but what does it have to do with you? Lin Xian smirked and turned to Xiao Runing. Xiao Runing, of course it has to do with me. You're my girlfriend. How can I just watch someone else pursue you? Xiao Runing took a sip of tea and said calmly, Get lost. Lin Xian, be careful or I'll tell your sister. Lin Xian smiled. If you tell little fairy, she'll be overjoyed. Trust me, she might even help me pursue you. All right. You should go and talk to Fan Fan Yi and the others. You can also talk to Ling Ying and Chu Xue. After all, your relationship with them is pretty good. I came here specifically to look for you. Lin Xian smiled. Forget it. Fan Fan Yi, Ling Ying and Chu Xue are all at St. Brilliance Academy. Alright, Xintong is there too. I think you're here to flirt with them. Why are you looking for me? Xiao Runing rolled her eyes at Lin Xian. There was a hint of jealousy in her voice. Little Ying and the others are at St. Brilliance Academy too. Xiao Runing looked at Lin Xian. Didn't they tell you? They're backups. Lin Xian. Of course, Lin Xian knew that Xiao Runing was just joking. She didn't know that the two girls were his girlfriends, including Lu Yufan. She thought that Lin Xian was single. Of course, Linya thought so too. The main thing was that they kept it a secret too well. But why did the two girls come to St. Brilliance Academy? Lin Xian was very curious. Lin Xian knew that Wang Xintong was here. Although she could learn more in the Sacred Palace, she could also learn a lot here. In her free time, she could continue to learn from Qin Feng. Why did they come to St. Brilliance Academy? The two of them can't stay idle. If you let them play every day, they won't be used to it. The beast domain is more dangerous now, so they won't go. So they asked me to come to St. Brilliance Academy. But it seems that part of the reason is the St. Brilliance Academy's secret realm. After all, they're very strong. Naturally, they won't give up any opportunity to strengthen themselves. Lin Xian nodded. This was very suitable for them. When did they come? It was only yesterday. Lin Xian wanted to punish them. They didn't even tell him that they came to St. Brilliance Academy. Then I'll leave my side to you, Xiao Ningning. That's not a problem. But new students have to start from the beginner class. No matter what your level is, you can only be promoted after the class promotion exam every 3 months. But it doesn't matter to you, right? Lin Xian nodded. Then, when will the martial arts competition begin? Half a month later. Your luck is not bad. You don't have to wait too long. Lin Xian nodded. Anyway, I don't care about anything else. I just want to follow you. Lin Xian grinned. But I don't want you. Xiao Runing rolled her eyes at Lin Xian. Say that again. If you say it again, I'll kiss you. Xiao Runing. Don't say it again. She didn't dare to say it again. If the two of them didn't have intimate contact before, then she wouldn't be afraid. But if they had intimate contact, she wouldn't even blame Lin Xian. This was the most exaggerated. Seeing Xiao Runing actually admit defeat, the corners of Lin Xian's mouth curled up. This was good news. Then you can go back first. If you want, come to the beginner class 10 before 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. You're leading the beginner class? Lin Xian asked. Xiao Runing nodded. Yes, the children in the beginner class are easier to interact with. Moreover, they need more training. Then kiss me. Kiss me and I'll leave. Then Lin Xian shamelessly moved closer. Gram. Xiao Runing rolled her eyes at Lin Xian and scolded. No, I want a kiss. Lin Xian's face was already close to Xiao Runing's mouth. Xiao Runing really wanted to slap this bastard's face. I'm going to class. She couldn't be bothered with Lin Xian. Then she stood up. The moment she stood up, Lin Xian reached out and grabbed her hand. Then he pulled her into his arms and kissed her. Oh! Xiao Runing's beautiful eyes widened. She was completely stunned. Ding! Forceful little sister. Prince Charming points plus 1 million. Ding! Dishonest hands. Prince Charming points plus 1 million. At first, she tried her best to resist. But for some reason, she used her body's instinct to resist. However, she didn't release her aura. But her body's instinct was that of a girl. How could she resist Lin Xian? Then, she was raped for more than 5 minutes before Zhong Lin Xian let her go. Xiao Runing's face was completely red. You. Xiao Runing angrily pointed at Lin Xian. Lin Xian licked his lips. Not bad, you didn't resist. You deserve praise. Gram. Xiao Runing angrily scolded. Hee, I'm leaving. Then Lin Xian quickly slipped away. After seeing Lin Xian leave, Xiao Runing patted her face with both hands. But what was wrong with her? Since when could a man take advantage of her like this? Could it be that she also fell in love with Lin Xian? Can't be, right? But if she didn't like him, why would she allow a guy to take advantage of her again and again? To be honest, if it was someone else, he would already be dead. Xiao Runing was really upset. She had never thought of herself as such a woman, but, so annoying. This damned Lin Xian. Not only did he kiss her, but his hands were also dishonest. No, I can't do this anymore. I must fight back. Then she collected her emotions and walked out. Lin Xian was feeling very happy in his heart. This Xiao Runing was basically half taken care of. He was just waiting for the right moment to trigger the confession mission. Although he was at St. Brilliant Academy, Lin Xian didn't look for Lu Yufan, Han Chuxue, and the others. He would think about it tomorrow. Then he walked towards the Bounty Hunter Guild. Chapter 636. The Miao family and the Bounty Hunter Guild should be quite close. In Tianhua City, Miao Xiaomiao and the others stayed in the Bounty Hunter Guild. Of course, they stayed in the Bounty Hunter Guild's room. However, Miao Xiaomiao told Lin Xian that other people had to pay to rent the room. They didn't have to pay because her grandfather knew the Bounty Hunter Guild's president. But in Lin and City, they still stayed in the Bounty Hunter Guild. And the president wasn't the one in Tianhua City. Therefore, Miao Xiaomiao's grandfather must not only be related to the president in Tianhua City. At this moment, in the Gale mercenary group, Miao Xiaomiao was holding her chin with both hands, staring at the computer screen in a daze. She would sigh and look at her phone, then put it down silently. They just changed to a new city. Their overall lifestyle didn't change much. It was similar to Tianhua City. What's wrong? Why are you sighing? Wang Qianqian walked over with a smile and sat beside Miao Xiaomiao with a cup of coffee. No, I'm not sighing. Miao Xiaomiao quickly quibbled. This was at Sunder a little lowly. Wang Qianqian smiled. Then I'll have to ask Grandpa Miao if that's considered sighing. No, it's not. Miao Xiaomiao pouted. Your phone screen is chatting with Lin Xian. When Wang Qianqian saw this, Miao Xiaomiao quickly turned off the phone screen. Accidentally clicked on it. How could Wang Qianqian not know what Miao Xiaomiao was thinking? She was deliberately teasing her. Wang Qianqian took a sip of coffee and smiled at Miao Xiaomiao. What's wrong? Are you thinking of Lin Xian? Who would think of that bastard? You're so bad. I can't wait to not see him. Miao Xiaomiao said proudly. Wang Qianqian smiled. There's only the two of us here. Why are you hiding it from Sister Qianqian? No. Miao Xiaomiao's face was a little red. Do you like Lin Xian? Wang Qianqian asked with a smile. Miao Xiaomiao lowered her head. Not only did he like her, she was already his little girlfriend, but this was the reason why Miao Xiaomiao was frustrated. Lin Xian hadn't contacted her for a few days. They only chatted occasionally on the phone. Although that big bad guy Lin Xian would bully her, he would never really take advantage of her. This was the first time Miao Xiaomiao really wanted to grow up. She felt that it must be because she was too young. If only she could be as feminine as Sister Ling Ying and the others. But she was really thinking too much. This was the cutest thing about her. He did not take advantage of her. Of course, it was true that she was a little young. For someone who was not a lilicon, she was not very attractive. But was Lin Xian not a lilicon? Little. Anyway, he liked her a lot. Moreover, Miao Xiaomiao was really exquisite and beautiful. The only reason he didn't take advantage of her was because he felt embarrassed. She was still so young. If he were to take advantage of her, oh my God, was he still human? But girls would think too much. It couldn't be helped. Of course, Wang Qianqian had long noticed Miao Xiaomiao's special feelings for Lin Xian. She just didn't know about their relationship. But she didn't think much of it. She liked him. Besides, Lin Xian was really outstanding. She admitted that. Sister Qianqian, do you think that all boys like girls of your age? Miao Xiaomiao looked up at Wang Qianqian and asked softly. Of course not. Every boy has their own type and age. It varies from person to person. But most of them definitely like more feminine girls. Wang Qianqian didn't know what to say. But Lin Xian definitely likes someone like you. At least he likes you. Why? Miao Xiaomiao asked curiously. Because Lin Xian comes to play with you every day. He talks to you and teases you. This is how boys like girls. But he hasn't looked for me for a few days. Miao Xiaomiao looked depressed. See, isn't he here now? Wang Qianqian said. Sister Qianqian, don't lie to me. There's no sound of the door opening. Miao Xiaomiao didn't even turn around. Lin Xian quietly walked behind Miao Xiaomiao and made a shu gesture to Wang Qianqian. Then, Lin Xian interrupted Miao Xiaomiao from behind. Miao Xiaomiao was so scared that her whole body trembled. Then she angrily turned around and looked at Lin Xian. Bastard! Do you want to die? Ha. Lin Xian was laughing so hard that he was convulsing. Miao Xiaomiao was really scared. But now, besides complaining, seeing Lin Xian laughing made Miao Xiaomiao unhappy. In fact, she was more happy because he was here. Lin Xian was outside when the system notified him of Miao Xiaomiao's emotions. Then he deliberately used Shadow Blink to teleport behind her. Of course, it was effective. Wang Qianqian smiled helplessly. Don't scare Xiaomiao. She might throw a fireball at you subconsciously. Then she got up to prepare coffee for Lin Xian. What are you doing here? Although he was very happy in his heart, this girl was just too arrogant. Even when Lin Xian was here, she still had that arrogant look. I heard that someone missed me, so I came. You're thinking too much. I don't miss you. Oh, is that so? Then you're thinking too much. I heard that Sister Chanqian missed me. Is that right, Sister Chanqian? Lin Xian asked with a smile. Wang Chanqian nodded and smiled. Yes, I missed you. Miao Xiao Miao, get lost, bastard. Miao Xiao Miao angrily glared at Lin Xian and sat there. Lin Xian sat beside her. Why don't you go out and play? We can't go to the beast territory. Won't it be boring here? Where are we going to play? No one wants to play with me. I have to look after the Wind Mercenary Group. Although Miao Xiao Miao was very pretty, she didn't have many friends. It wasn't that she wasn't popular, but she didn't go to places like school. She didn't have many channels to make friends, so she didn't have many friends. However, she had a good relationship with Ling Longyue. They even went out to play a few days ago. Then I'll take you out to play. Lin Xian smiled. Okay. I don't want to. Miao Xiao Miao was all smiles when she heard this. She was about to say, okay, but then her Tsundra self became Tsundra again. Let's go change. We can't go out in pajamas. I'll call Ling Longyue out later and bring you guys out to play. B. Then Miao Xiao Miao ran into the room. It was obvious that she was happy. Wang Chanqian brought the coffee over. Why do you have to bring other girls out to play? Although they're friends, it doesn't seem appropriate. Wang Chanqian teased. Chapter 637. Lin Xian understood what Wang Chanqian meant. It was like taking your girlfriend out to play. Was it really okay to bring your girlfriend's best friend? Even if the girl was your girlfriend's best friend, in most cases, the girlfriend didn't like her boyfriend to have too much contact with her best friend. Moreover, the girlfriend liked to be alone with her boyfriend. Only when she felt insecure would she ask her best friend to come along. Of course, Lin Xian didn't think that Wang Chanqian knew that Miao Xiao Miao was his girlfriend. Miao Xiao Miao would definitely not tell her family. Why? 'Cause she was embarrassed. How could she tell her family that she had a boyfriend at her age? Moreover, she was a proud girl. She was even more embarrassed to say it. It's okay. We're just going out to play. Lin Xian smiled ambiguously. Really? Are you not interested in Xiao Miao? Wang Chanqian smiled and asked. Ahem. This question made Lin Xian blush. If he said that he was interested, she was still so young. If he said that he was a pervert, wouldn't it be too fake? He could tell something from her expression. She's okay, but she's still young. She's not even 15 years old. Lin Xian scratched his head and said awkwardly. Actually, let alone 15 years old, I don't feel anything even if I'm 14 years old. In many schools now, 14-year-old junior high school students are very mature. Because little Miao left school early to participate in the battle, she can be considered to have matured very early. However, she really doesn't know anything about the ways of the world. In ancient times, people got married and had children at the age of 14, right? Wang Chanqian was hinting at something. Ahem, Sister Chanqian, why are you in such a hurry to sell Xiao Miao to me? Lin Xian asked awkwardly. Wang Chanqian smiled and said, You see, Xiao Miao hasn't liked a guy for so many years. She's met a lot of guys. You're the first one she likes, so I think it's very difficult. It'll be a pity if you lose her. How do you know that Xiao Miao likes me? Wang Chanqian said. I've been with her every day. I know her better than Grandpa Miao. Besides, I'm also a girl. Girls know girls best. Lin Xian nodded awkwardly. So, if you think little Miao is not bad, you can try to cultivate your relationship. I think Grandpa Miao is very satisfied with you. Wang Chanqian giggled as she spoke. It seemed like she really wanted to bring Lin Xian and Miao Xiao Miao together. Got it. Thank you, Sister Chanqian. It's okay. Good luck. At this time, Miao Xiao Miao had changed her clothes and walked over. Although she looked as if she didn't care, she still looked a little shy. I'm ready. Let's go. Miao Xiao Miao said playfully. Sister Chanqian, are you going out to play? Lin Xian asked. Wang Chanqian smiled. Course I'm not going. I still have to look after the Wind Mercenary Group. You guys go ahead. Remember to have fun. Okay. Then Lin Xian and Miao Xiao Miao walked out. Miao Xiao Miao seemed much more relaxed than when she was inside. After all, Wang Chanxian was looking after her, so she couldn't let loose. Where are we going to play? Miao Xiao Miao jumped up and down and asked. Let's go find Ling Longyue first. Should we find her? Lin Xian asked with a smile. Miao Xiao Miao didn't really care. She also wanted to be alone with Lin Xian, but she also wanted to play with Ling Longyue. Find her. Miao Xiao Miao replied. Finding Ling Longyue couldn't be easier. Lin Xian made a call. Hey, come out and eat something good. On the other side, Ling Longyue jumped up from the sofa. If all girls were foodies, then this girl was a real foodie. Come find me at Rose Paradise. Everyone knew where Rose Paradise was, and it could be considered as their gathering place. Very soon. Do you want to bring Sister and Sister Bing? No need. Xiao Miao is here. You two can play. Right away. Then Ling Longyue hung up. 10 minutes later, Lin Xian and Miao Xiao Miao arrived at Rose Paradise and saw Ling Longyue sitting at the entrance. Bastard Lin Xian, I waited for you for 10 minutes. Can't you call me when you're here? Ling Longyue glared at Lin Xian with disdain. Lin Xian. Logically speaking, the place where they lived should be much further away from Rose Heaven than where she had arrived. How could she have arrived earlier than her? Moreover, it was only 10 minutes since she hung up. She just hung up and she was already here. Alright, she had the space attribute. Why was this girl so impatient? Who told you to use space to come here? Humph. Ling Longyue pouted and held hands with Miao Xiao Miao. The two girls seemed to have a very good relationship. I don't care. You have to bring me and Xiao Miao to eat a lot of good food. Let's eat the most expensive food. Lin Xian smiled. Okay. Let's eat the most expensive food. Anyway, this was Rose Paradise. Why would he need to spend money? Although it was a couple hotel, this was a 5-star hotel. There would definitely be a lot of expensive things. The three of them walked in. The lobby manager quickly walked over. He knew Lin Xian. Mr. Lin, 3 people. The lobby manager was really impressed by Lin Xian. He had been here a few times. Anyway, he had seen many beautiful girls. He was really amazing. Moreover, he knew their boss Murong. This was the most amazing thing. Find a room. This. The lobby manager wiped the sweat off his forehead and said, Mr. Lin, due to the large influx of citizens from Tianhua City, the number of citizens has increased greatly after everything has been settled down. Therefore, Rose Paradise has been full these days, especially the private rooms. Right now, the main hall is also full. However, there are a few people in the main hall who are about to leave, so. He didn't know the relationship between Lin Xian and Murong Qing. Therefore, he wouldn't let Lin Xian go to the top floor that belonged to Murong Qing. Lin Xian didn't care. If there wasn't a room, then the main hall was fine. Then let's go over there. Please tidy up. Okay, wait a moment. It just so happened that a couple had finished eating, so Lin Xian and the other two sat down. Mr. Lin, what would you like to eat? Give us the most expensive and most delicious food. Also, give us the most expensive drinks. The lobby manager. No, a boy bringing 2 little girls here to eat. How could they eat so well? Are you sure? Lin Xian nodded. Of course. Serve the dishes. Okay, wait a moment. Hearing that Lin Xian ordered the most expensive food, Ling Longyue was satisfied. Chapter 638. The dishes were served rather quickly. After all, they were the most expensive dishes. Of course, there would be a special chef to help prepare them. The 2 girls ate with relish. Lin Xian was more interested in watching them eat. At this moment 2 people, a man and a woman, arrived. When the lobby manager saw them, he hurried over to greet them. They seemed to be of high status. Young Master Zhang, there are still seats over there. There are no private rooms for now. Only the hall is left. The lobby manager said respectfully. Zhang Tianqi looked over and happened to be facing Lin Xian. When he saw Lin Xian, he showed a disdainful expression. Brother Zhang, isn't that the person who wanted to enter Saint Brilliant's Academy? A beautiful lady smiled and said when she saw Lin Xian. Let's go. Let's sit in the hall. Then Zhang Tianqi led her over. They happened to be sitting next to each other. This could be considered fate. Isn't this the person who wanted to enter Saint Brilliant's Academy and was chased out? Zhang Tianqi walked over and said in a mocking tone. Lin Xian raised his head and looked over. Yo, it's fate. Lin Xian said when he saw Zhang Tianqi. Who's fated with you? Don't you know who you are? Who is young Master Zhang? The beautiful girl sneered. Ling Longyue and Miao Xiao Miao turned to look at them. Zhang Tianqi and the girl also saw their faces clearly. He subconsciously sucked in a breath of cold air. So beautiful. Although they were young, they were too exquisite and beautiful. In 2 years, these two girls would definitely be top beauties. How could this brat have such beauties around him? The girl beside Zhang Tianqi was his current girlfriend. She was also one of the campus beauties of Saint Brilliant's Academy. She was indeed pretty, but compared to a real beauty there was a gap. Lin Xian sneered. Who do you think I am? Who is young Master Zhang? Interesting. But no matter who you are, aren't you eating in the hall? There aren't any private rooms either. Zhang Tianqi snorted. That's because this young master didn't force it. Otherwise, what's so difficult about a small private room? Am I right? Zhang Tianqi asked the lobby manager. The lobby manager felt uncomfortable. One was the second young master of the Zhang family, and the other was his boss's friend. How the hell was he supposed to answer this? He wiped the cold sweat off his forehead and stood there with a resentful expression, not daring to answer. Young Master Zhang, please order. The lobby manager said awkwardly. Give me all the most expensive ones, and a bottle of 1982 Lafite. Alright. Please wait a moment. Then the lobby manager hurriedly ran away. I say, kid, if you want to go to St. Brilliant's Academy, you can beg me. I know quite a few people. It's just entering St. Brilliant's Academy. It's such a simple matter. I just need to say the word and it'll be done. Zhang Tianqi sat down and his voice drifted over. I'm sorry, but there's no need. You don't have as much money as me, your girlfriend isn't as pretty as mine, and I reckon you aren't as strong as me either. Moreover, I've already entered St. Brilliant's Academy, so I really don't need your help. Of course, if you want to curry favor with me and insist on helping me, I don't mind. Lin Xian mocked. Bang. When Zhang Ling heard Lin Xian's words, she angrily slammed the table. What did you say? Do you have the guts to say it again? She pointed at Lin Xian and said angrily. He could say anything else, but he said that his girlfriend wasn't as pretty as his girlfriend in front of Zhang Tianqi. This was something that no girl could tolerate. Lin Xian laughed. So what if I say it again? Zhang Tianqi patted Zhang Ling's shoulder and said, forget it, don't lower yourself to the same level as him. He thinks that he has some confidence just because he's here for a meal. In fact, he's just a scum from the bottom, a refugee from Tianhua City. According to common sense, with Zhang Tianqi's character, he would probably hit Lin Xian. However, he suddenly saw two people and didn't want to break his gentlemanly demeanor in front of them. Lin Xian hurriedly lowered his head when he saw the two people who had arrived, as if he had a guilty conscience. Damn. Why did Ling Ying and Han Chushue come to a couple's hotel for a meal? Ling Ying glanced and said, there are seats in the corner. Then the two went to the other corner, which was the furthest away from them. They couldn't see each other at all. Both Lin Xian and Zhang Tianqi breathed a sigh of relief. Although Lin Xian brought Ling Longyue and Miao Xiao Miao and they knew each other, what if he brought them out for a meal? Why didn't he bring them along? Then Lin Xian would be done for. Zhang Tianqi had never seen such a beautiful girl. Although Jiang Ling was also a school beauty, they were also school beauties. Moreover, they were on a different level. He even felt that Jiang Ling couldn't be compared to them. If he could get a girl like that, he really didn't need to look for other girls outside. It was enough. The two of them had only been in St. Brilliant Academy for a day, but they were already famous in St. Brilliant Academy just based on their looks. Miao Xiaomiao and Ling Longyue had their backs to the door, so they didn't see the two of them. On the other side, Zhang Tianqi also quieted down. He was even thinking about how to pursue them. As for Jiang Ling, she was just a toy for him before he could pursue any of them. It was really just for fun. After about an hour, Lin Xian and Ling Longyue finished eating and stood up to pay the bill. Seeing Lin Xian and Ling Longyue leaving, Zhang Tianqi snorted and said, "Humph, you'd better be respectful when you see me in the future. You're lucky today." Zhang Tianqi said harshly. Lin Xian smiled and said, "I'll say the same to you." After that, he walked away with the two of them. "Brother Zhang, why didn't you do anything to him? He's so arrogant and doesn't take us seriously at all," Jiang Ling said coquettishly. Zhang Tianqi said, "There are too many eyes. Don't worry. Since we live in the same city and can meet here, then we'll meet again. The next time I see him, I'll make him pay the price." "Well, Brother Zhang, you must make a decision for me." "Don't worry, I will." Zhang Tianqi then looked at Ling Ying and Han Chushue. Although he couldn't see them clearly, he really wanted to see them. He really regretted bringing Jiang Ling along. If he didn't bring her, he could have gone over and chatted with them. Lin Xian played with the two girls until 10 o'clock at night. After sending them back one by one, he returned home. Tomorrow was his new day at the academy. He needed to see if the secret realm could improve him as soon as possible. When he opened the door, Linya was already back. She was still sitting on the sofa and playing on the computer, but she wasn't playing games. Instead, she was looking at data. Chapter 639. "Little fairy, are you tired?" Lin Xian leaned over and hugged her delicate body. Linya was used to Lin Xian's actions. "It's okay. I don't have to do anything. I actually feel more relaxed than before." Linya drank a cup of tea and said softly. It wasn't that she was relaxed. It was just that her realm was higher, so she wouldn't get tired so easily. "Anyway, don't tire yourself out. Go to sleep." "No, it's still early. I don't want to sleep." Lin Xian then threw her laptop on the sofa and picked her up. "Hee, it's not up to you to sleep or not. But I'm going to sleep. You have to accompany me." Then Lin Xian carried her back to the room. Now that she wasn't living with Ling Ying, Lin Xian could do whatever he wanted. There were benefits to living together, and there were also benefits to not living together. Tonight, he received tens of millions of Adonis points from Linya. The main thing was that Linya wasn't his girlfriend, so there were too many ways to earn Adonis points. Kissing, pinching, and so on. Which of them wasn't worth millions of Adonis points? Then, in one night, Lin Xian found a business opportunity. As long as Linya wasn't Lin Xian's girlfriend now, as long as they slept together, he would earn tens of millions of Adonis points in one night. This way, he wouldn't be short of a large amount of chalcedony liquid. How wonderful! The next morning, Linya woke up much earlier than Lin Xian. When Lin Xian woke up, breakfast was already ready. Linya had already washed up. "Are you going to St. Brilliant's Academy today?" Linya asked. "Yes, I'm going to St. Brilliant's Academy. I probably won't be able to go to the Beast Domain for the next few weeks. You're in the Yishen group, and I can't eat, drink, and play every day. So, I'm going to St. Brilliant's Academy to study." Linya nodded. An hour later, Lin Xian arrived at the gate of St. Brilliant's Academy. It was still school hours, but most of the students had already entered. If you wanted to enter St. Brilliant's Academy, you had to scan the student badge on your chest. In other words, if you didn't wear your badge, even if you were a student of St. Brilliant's Academy, you wouldn't be able to enter. It was equivalent to a student ID. "Young man." When the security guard saw Lin Xian, He waved at Lin Xian, and Lin Xian walked over. Miss Xiao gave this to me early in the morning. It's your student badge. Thank you, uncle. Lin Xian wore the badge on his chest and walked in. St. Brilliant's Academy was much bigger than Tianhua Academy. Lin Xian, this bastard. What was he thinking when he came to St. Brilliant's Academy? He was actually thinking that such a big academy, and it was quite famous, there should be some top beauties that could trigger a mission for him. The last beauty to trigger a mission was Murong Qing, and it had been a while. Maybe this was what men were like. If you triggered a mission, you would feel tired and annoyed. If you didn't trigger a mission, you would look forward to other beauties. Beginner Class 10. Lin Xian wandered around St. Brilliant's Academy, looking for the beginner Class 10 that Xiao Runing had told him about. He wandered around for 20 minutes. It was already 10 minutes past the 8 o'clock that Xiao Runing had told him. Lin Xian finally found the beginner Class 10. After all, it was really big, and there were more than 200 beginner classes. The beginner class was in the first class on the second floor of a building. At this time, there weren't many people wandering around St. Brilliant's Academy. Most of them had already gone to their classes. Lin Xian went to the entrance of the beginner Class 10. He saw Xiao Runing, and at the same time, Xiao Runing also saw Lin Xian. The 50 students in the class all looked at Lin Xian. Wang Xintong saw Lin Xian and was pleasantly surprised. Why was Lin Xian here? They didn't know that Lin Xian also came to school. She had a good relationship with Xiao Runing, so she continued to be Xiao Runing's student and stayed in Xiao Runing's class. As for Lu Yufan and Yi Yi, they were in another class, which was also Xiao Runing's main class, Class 9. Because they came later, Xiao Runing's Class 9 already had 55 people. This was the maximum number set by the academy, so she couldn't bring Wang Xintong to Class 9. Therefore Wang Xintong was in Class 10, but it didn't matter. But because of Lu Yufan and the others, Class 9 and Class 10 became more famous because they all knew that there were 3 beautiful girls in these 2 classes. No matter where, beautiful girls were the most dazzling and eye-catching existence. Come in, Xiao Runing said to Lin Xian. Then he walked in slowly, embarrassed. Most of these students were 16 or 17 years old, about the same age as Lu Yufan and the others. Xiao Runing then said to everyone, "This is our Class 10's new student, introduce yourself." Lin Xian nodded and said, "Hello everyone, my name is Lin Xian. I'm from Tianhua City. My strength is that I'm more handsome, but my weakness is that I'm too handsome." Everyone uffed. Someone couldn't help but laugh. Why was there a clown? Wang Xintong also held back her laughter. It was Lin Xian indeed. Xiao Runing also showed a helpless expression. "All right, then go and find a seat first." Lin Xian nodded and walked down. The seats were for 2 people at the same table. Lin Xian naturally chose to sit next to Wang Xintong. There was no one next to Wang Xintong. She had a gentle and quiet personality, but she didn't like to make friends. It was the same in Tianhua City, but it didn't mean that she didn't have good relationships with people. Lin Xian directly sat next to Wang Xintong. Everyone sucked in a breath of cold air. He actually sat next to Wang Xintong. Isn't he courting death? Who doesn't know that Wang Xintong is young Master Lu's woman? Everyone wants to sit in this seat, but no one dares to. This Lin Xian is probably going to be beaten up. Looks like he's also a pervert. He saw such a beautiful school belle and sat next to her. You men are all pigs. No wonder he's going to be beaten up. After Lin Xian sat next to Wang Xintong, many students started whispering. Course Lin Xian also heard it. Wang Xintong was very beautiful. It was normal for some powerful young masters to covet her. Lin Xian was already prepared. Wang Xintong wasn't worried because she knew how powerful Lin Xian was. However, young Master Lu was also a Thunder Tribulation Realm Master. He was also very powerful and had a lot of power. She didn't know much about him, so she hoped that there wouldn't be any big problems. Anyway, she was Lin Xian's girlfriend. Lin Xian sat next to her. Wang Xintong would definitely be willing to let Wang Xintong sit next to her. Okay, class starts now. Xiao Runing exuded her charm as usual. Chapter 640. Lin Xian was not here to attend classes. To be honest, he had already learned all the things that Xiao Runing was talking about. Wang Xintong also knew them. However, they would just treat it as a revision. They were all waiting to enter the advanced class or even the backyard. Basically, all of them were here for the mystic realm. Little Tong Tong, did you miss me? Lin Xian placed his hand on Wang Xintong's desk and squeezed it. Wang Xintong's little face was flushed red. However, this scene was witnessed by a few people. They had an expression of disbelief. What did they see? They actually saw this freshman taking advantage of Wang Xintong. Unforgivable. At this moment, someone behind Lin Xian poked him on the left and passed a small note to Lin Xian. Lin Xian opened the note. You're finished. How dare you touch young Master Lu's woman? You're dead. This was the content of the note. Lin Xian's lips curled into a smile. Wang Xintong was also a campus belle. Lin Xian had expected that she could attract the attention of others. Who is this young Master Lu? Lin Xian's hand started to move around under the desk. He then asked with a smile. Wang Xintong bit her lip and blushed. Don't move. Lin Xian smiled and stopped teasing her. Xiao Runing, who was sitting in front, naturally paid more attention to this bastard Lin Xian. Of course, she also saw Wang Xintong's blushing face. This bastard was definitely taking advantage of this girl again. Regarding this question, Lin Xian, answer it. Xiao Runing looked at Lin Xian and asked. Lin Xian stood up. What was the problem? Lin Xian scratched his head. You don't know. Lin Xian nodded. If you don't know, go stand outside as punishment. Lin Xian. Wow. This woman. He still took too little advantage of her. Miss Xiao, I'm a new student. I don't know anything. I haven't even started learning. It's normal that I don't know anything. There's no need for me to stand outside as punishment. Lin Xian said with a dry cough. Xiao Runing secretly glared at Lin Xian and then said, Okay, you teach me well. Then Lin Xian heaved a sigh of relief and sat down. Little Tong Tong, who the hell is this young Master Lu? Lin Xian asked again. Wang Xintong whispered. He seems to be the son of a big family in Linan City. He looks quite powerful. Is he your suitor? Lin Xian asked with a smile. Wang Xintong nodded. I told him that I have a boyfriend, but he didn't believe me. Wang Xintong only said that she had a boyfriend, but she didn't say that it was Lin Xian. She was also thinking for Lin Xian, because she actually knew some of Lin Xian's thoughts. That proves that my little Tong Tong is charming. Lin Xian smiled. Wang Xintong was so shy that she didn't know what to say. Xiao Runing was unhappy. She just watched Lin Xian flirt with Wang Xintong. Although she didn't know what they were talking about, Wang Xintong's blushing face was enough to say something. I'll take you to see him after class. No need. It's too troublesome. You can go do your own thing. Don't worry about me. Wang Xintong was afraid of disturbing Lin Xian. Isn't your business my business? It's fine. Wang Xintong nodded slightly. If it was in the past, Wang Xintong would be very worried about Lin Xian's safety. But now she didn't have to worry too much. At least in this city, she didn't have to worry too much. Lin Xian was in the Thunder Tribulation realm. The Thunder Tribulation realm might only be a mediocre level in the world, but in an academy, it was indeed very powerful. Moreover, Wang Xintong also knew that Lin Xian's combat strength was strong. Class is over. Xiao Runing said, then hugged her books and walked away. Many students were reluctant to part with her, and even many students outside came out just to see Xiao Runing. As soon as Xiao Runing left, Lin Xian was immediately surrounded by a few people. What's the matter? Lin Xian glanced at them. Do you know who you took advantage of today? That's our young Master Lu's woman. I've already sent a message to young Master Lu. Just wait for your death. Lin Xian shrugged. Why was it that after leaving the academy for a while, he couldn't get used to the idiotic students in the academy? And he felt that every academy was like this. Was there always a group of people who thought they were awesome? Oh, that's great. Lin Xian secretly gave them a thumbs up. Everyone. Great. Was there something wrong with this newcomer's brain? Little Tong Tong, are you hungry? Let's go to the academy to buy some snacks. Wang Xintong nodded slightly. Then Lin Xian held her hand and walked out. Everyone. What was going on? How could he hold Wang Xintong's hand? Moreover, Wang Xintong really held his hand. The two of them walked out just like that. Many students' eyes fell on them, and then their mouths fell open. Damn. Isn't that the new campus belle Wang Xintong? She's actually holding hands with a guy. What's going on? Is that Wang Xintong's boyfriend? Nonsense, it's not her boyfriend holding hands with a guy openly. That's not right. Didn't Wang Xintong fail to pursue young Master Lu from the advanced class? Then who would be able to pursue her? Moreover, I don't know this guy. He's definitely not a famous powerhouse in our academy, right? What's going on? Seeing this scene, everyone was shocked and incredulous. One by one, they followed them from afar. Hey, it's Lin Xian. Lu Yufan and Yi walked out hand in hand and happened to see this scene. How should they put it? Seeing Lin Xian and Wang Xintong holding hands, Lu Yufan was jealous, but she was not angry. It was as if this was a very normal scene. Moreover, they were good friends. Then Yi and Lu Yufan ran over. Hey, Lin Xian. Lu Yufan patted Lin Xian's shoulder. Wang Xintong subconsciously wanted to let go of Lin Xian's hand, but Lin Xian held it very tightly. Lin Xian turned to look at them. Let go, don't take advantage of Xintong. Lu Yufan pouted. At this moment, Lin Xian smiled bitterly, scratched his head, and let go of Wang Xintong. Lin Xian, why are you here? He asked curiously. Oh, I'm here to study. I'm in the same class as Xintong. The two girls. Tisk. I think you're here to pick up girls. Lu Yufan's cute little nose wrinkled. Yes, I'm here to pick you guys up. Hooligan. And this scene was witnessed by everyone. The three new campus belles all knew this guy. And they were even fooling around. It looked like they had a good relationship. Oh my God. What's going on? What's wrong with this world? Chapter 641. What you can't get is forever in turmoil. In a short period of time, this news spread like wildfire in Sacred Academy. It was very simple. Spread it in the group, and then the people in the group would spread it in their own group. Then, on Sacred Academy's forum, this post became the hottest topic. Soon the whole academy knew about it. Lin Xian also became popular. It was so fast and so simple. Everyone knew of this person's existence, but they didn't know his name. Wait for your death. Whether it's Lu Yufan, Yi, or Wang Xintong, there's no lack of big shots chasing after them. This person is actually so close to all three of them. He can only wait for his death. Everyone was looking forward to the scene of Lin Xian being beaten up. To be honest, they were really looking forward to it. They were jealous. Jealousy made them want to see Lin Xian being beaten up. In fact, Lu Yufan and the others liked having Lin Xian come to school. This was because they could basically see each other every day. In the past, when Lin Xian wasn't in school, they couldn't see each other. Sacred Academy originally had 10 campus belles, but because of their addition, the ranking of campus belles was changed. This was normal. Any beautiful person who entered a school, as long as they reached the standard of campus belles, would be ranked. As a matter of fact, Lu Yufan and the others directly squeezed out a few of the original campus belles. Then, they occupied the campus belles ranking. The main reason was because they were beautiful. When they were beautiful, They didn't have to do anything and naturally had people chasing after them. You came at the right time. There are few people who are annoying us every day. Help us solve them. Lu Yufan said with a grin. Sure, but I need a reason. The three beautiful girls looked at Lin Xian. Think about it. It's their freedom to chase after you, right? They nodded. So this is their freedom. What right do I have to stop them? Somehow he felt that it made sense. Then what should we do? Lu Yufan blinked her big eyes and asked. Lin Xian smiled. I have an idea. Lin Xian then smiled and said, it's simple. You just need to give me a reason to help you. What reason? Lin Xian said. If you are all my girlfriends, then I have a reason. But if I'm not, I don't even have the right to warn them, right? Ugh. For some reason he felt that it made sense. But, isn't it strange that you have the three of us as your girlfriends? Lu Yufan asked innocently. It's not strange, as long as you don't care about the rumors. Do you care? They shook their heads. Of course I don't. That's good then. Well, from now on I'm the boyfriend of the three of you. Then Lin Xian hugged Wang Xintong with one arm and Yi with the other. Lu Yufan, Yi, Wang Xintong, and the people around them who had been paying attention to them were even more dumbfounded. It's not a big deal that you're holding hands with Wang Xintong. It's normal that you're a couple. You're holding hands with Wang Xintong, and you even know Yi and Lu Yufan. You're chatting and laughing with them. That's not a problem. You're on good terms so you know each other. But, you're F***king hugging two school bells. That's a F***king big problem. What the F***ck? What's going on? He's F***king hugging both Yi and Wang Xintong. They can't all be his girlfriends, right? Bullsh**t. It's impossible even if you use your toes to think about it. But how can their relationship be so good? No, why would the school bells agree to let a guy hug both of them? Aren't they uninterested in guys pursuing them? What's going on? Oh my God. I want to know. Please tell me. This scene had completely refreshed their worldview. And Lin Xian. It felt so good. He's hugging two school bells in front of so many people. Can you understand this feeling? Sorry, you can't because you've never experienced it before. Do we really have to do this? Yi was a little uncomfortable. After all, Wang Xintong and Lu Yufan were both Lin Xian's girlfriends. They might be better off, but she wasn't. At most, she was on good terms with Lin Xian. However, Lin Xian and her were just short of a confession. If they confessed, they could basically win her over. However, because Yi hadn't triggered the mission yet, this confession to Lin Xian had to be put aside for now. Lin Xian. Of course I'll be your shield. Don't worry, leave everything to me. But I still have to hug them. Lu Yufan said jealously. Lin Xian pondered for a moment, then let go of Yi and hugged Lu Yufan. Everyone. What the F***ck? This is crazy. Their worldview had really collapsed. The three of them took turns hugging each other. And the three school bells didn't reject him. What the F***ck? Even in school, it was almost impossible for a boy to hug two girls. But it did happen. For example, some rich playboys could hug two girls. It happened in St. Brilliant's Academy too. Girls liked each other for money and didn't care about anything else. If they were willing, then it was fine. But it was different now. Lin Xian was hugging three girls. And three of them were school bells. The meaning, extent, and even the concept were completely different. I keep feeling like I've been tricked and taken advantage of. Lu Yufan pouted. But more than that, she felt that it was quite interesting. They didn't care about the rumors. In any case, it was fine as long as they knew it in their hearts. As for their families, so what if they found out? They could just explain it to them when the time came. How could that be? Wouldn't I be tired too? Think about it. When the time comes, I might have to fight against the suitors of you three beautiful girls. How tired would I be then, right? I'll pay the price. Lin Xian began to speak all kinds of sweet nothings. The naive girls were stunned and felt that this wasn't good. But they were convinced by Lin Xian's nonsense. In front of them, a few people were walking towards them. They happened to meet Lin Xian and the others. Then they were completely stunned. That was normal. Anyone who saw this scene would be stunned. Young Master Lu. Isn't this Wang Xintong? She actually. And there's Lu Yufan and Yi. One of them said with widened eyes. Did they King see a ghost in broad daylight? When Lu Zhengyi saw this scene, he was enraged. What was going on? What was going on? You're tuning in to the Whispers of Romance YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.